Um. So my heart wants to do Dygo React, but I feel like you don't want to. Am I correct in that?
I mean, I'm fine with
Now it's a choice thing. Screw it. Let's just do it.
Okay.
And as usual, you can play the first episode's explanation while you go to the bathroom, whatever.
Thank you. I didn't even have to explain it. You just already knew.
Like, I mean, I know this is absolutely stupid, but every time you go to the bathroom, I want you to do this, even when we're not doing Dygo Reacts.
Okay.
Just out of pocket, we're explaining the rules, and then we go back to something else.
Okay, we shouldn't do that, but we should just pull up a random other podcast clip.
I agree. Just pretend it's correct.
Yeah.
It's the best way to do intermissions.
I agree. Okay. I think I got it all good. I'm just thinking if I'm being dumb and forgetting anything and I'm gonna ruin the next 3 minutes in some kind of way. I don't think so though. So
it's infinitely more.
Yeah, should be good. Okay, I'm gonna play it now and go, and so you can be quiet until I get back, and then yeah. Cool?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's infinitely more than 0.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm ready for the intro. So, that being said, hello and welcome everyone to the Rewriting the Naruto Rewrite. So, this is a series where me and my friend Kamui are going to be reacting to Dygo Knight's Rewriting Naruto series. Me and Kamui are Naruto YouTubers. We're diehard fans. We have a whole podcast of it. You're on the channel right now. You're just watching it through this playlist, probably. Episode 1. It's going to be a whole thing. We're going to react to the entire Naruto Dygo Rewriting playlist in order, reacting to it, blind reaction, to the first time. Here's the kicker, the twist, the through line. That's not how that word is used, but I'm using it anyways. Here's the crazy unique thing of the reason that you're going to watch. The interest, the compelling factor. Me and Kamui, we've seen Naruto in and out through thick and thin. We know the series like the back of our hand. We've freaking watched the series backwards at this point. The dub, the video games, the manga, the anime, the freaking... I've watched the play adaptation. I've seen it all. Same with Kamui. We know everything. We're going to pretend like we've never seen Naruto and that Naruto as a series doesn't exist. What we are going to do, we're going to pretend like we're watching Naruto for the first time. And Daigo's rewrite of the series is the only version that exists. This is the canon Naruto timeline. Dygo Knight is Kishimoto. With that being said, with Dygo Knight's rewrite being the version of Naruto, we're then going to take that canon version, ignoring the original timeline, and rewriting Daigo's rewrite. So with that being said... Kamui, are you excited to start the first episode?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I got it pulled up right here.
I mean, I know you already told me in the past with the Dygo stream that his story is quite a bit different. So I think that warrants this idea that we have.
I have compared it to fan fictions. With that being said, without further ado, let's start this first episode. Kamui, are you ready to begin Naruto?
I am, starting with the Land of Waves arc.
All right.
Welcome to the Rewriting Naruto series, a series of videos where I'll be rewriting the Naruto series in chronological order, changing, deleting...
I hit to pause it immediately. I love his word order there. The Rewriting Naruto series, the series where I'm rewriting Naruto. Hey. Hello.
I was just listening to the intro video. I still find it funny.
Which video?
It's just the intro thing that you were showing. It's just funny to rewatch.
I'm not sharing my screen. You were just watching that on your own.
Yes.
Okay. Love it. But with that being said, Part 7! Sasuke Retrieval arc! The best arc in all of Naruto! Let's go! Let's
I am curious. Isn't this, I could just be wrong. Isn't this also Daigo's favorite arc? Or is it not?
We should ask him.
I think he might.
When he comes on.
I think he's. I agree. But actually, by the way, you should message him.
Debates and see.
Let him know that we're doing another episode.
I will do that right now.
But if I'm not mistaken, he has said he thinks this is the best arc before. I think he has, at least. So, with that in mind, makes me wonder how many rewriting things. I mean, it's only a 16-minute video. Compared, he didn't make that video. What do you mean? This is the problem with us doing it so infrequently. What did he even change in Search for Tsunade arc?
Well, I'm glad you say that. I pulled up the wrong Google document because if we go to
yeah, I already see it. Oh, scroll down there. Yeah.
Right, Bible. And then we go to the Search for Tsunade arc. Hiyashi fiercely trades. Oh yeah, it was the Hinata.
Okay, yeah. That's right. And then Itachi, well, you think it's Itachi anyway, shows up and scares Danzo. We don't know for sure who it is.
Definitely Itachi.
It might have been Jiraiya, but it's probably Itachi.
Oh my god. Stupid.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We wrote that down.
Okay.
I am back.
Oh, look at that. Okay, King of Chaos. Would you like to join us in reacting to Part 7 of Dynamite's Rewrite?
Of who?
Dygo Knight.
Sure. I'm game. Let's do it.
Awesome. So, even though you haven't seen the first 6 parts, that's okay.
So this is Dygo would rewrite the Sasuke Retrieval arc, so at least it's not in the middle of a new arc or anything.
Yeah, this is the start of the arc. That said, we can briefly cover some of the biggest changes just real quick so he's kind of up to date.
What is this, by the way?
So basically, Dygo he's not finished the whole story, I'm pretty sure, at least. We are getting really behind. He's basically has a series of rewriting all of Naruto, just making changes that he would have preferred, basically. A couple of big things that are changed is Naruto knows who his dad is. He knows it's Minato. He strongly dislikes Minato for stealing the Nine Tails in him, and he's aware that the Nine Tails is in him. There's a extra arc between the Land of Waves and the Chunin exams. That's the whole Crystal City arc. He does a lot of things there. That's just too much to briefly go over. Still have to watch that video at that point. It's actually 2 videos. It's an hour and a half of going over that arc. So we'll just kind of skim over that. But
maybe we'll get into the cycle of anger, though.
He invented the cycle of anger. He foreshadows Madara in this arc, actually.
Yeah.
Let's see. Any major changes worth going over in... Oh, the Karin flashback thing is basically in the first place instead of a flashback later on.
Kakashi knows about Madara.
Most of these seem like pretty small changes.
Yeah.
Scroll to the next page, I guess.
Haruka replaces Ebisu, but that's not going to matter for this.
Oh, Ino beat Sakura. Ebisu doesn't exist. That's right. Konohamaru and Ebisu don't exist.
Konohamaru.
He doesn't like them.
Wait, Konohamaru and Obito?
Ebisu.
Yeah.
Okay. So they just don't exist. Or they can exist, but they're not in the story.
Try is ashamed he left the village. Oh, and a lot of Hinata and Naruto relationship building as well.
Good.
Yeah, and he also moves Hinata and Naruto's conversation before the Neji fight. He actually moves that to post Neji fight.
Oh.
Not
Aw,
really
I kinda like that.
Well, it's still there, but
He just changes when it happens.
yeah. Well,
He specifically is specifying. I don't remember saying this, but Orochimaru's goal is to get 6 power, I guess. Orochimaru created Edo Tensei, not Tobirama. Orochimaru never tries to summon the 4th Hokage. He fights Hiruzen in the Chunin exams arena instead of on the rooftop.
Just cool.
Curse Mark Sasuke fights in Rage Gaara.
Okay, but now we're okay. So much for going over the
Okay,
small
yeah.
changes, but I'm glad we went over this anyways, considering this is the culmination, the finale of part 1. It all has led to this, so I'm glad we went over everything.
Mostly everything.
Yes.
Now we watch the Sasuke Retrieval arc.
To the Rewriting Naruto series
Oh, wait,
part
one last
7.
thing. Just for King of Chaos.
Mm-hmm.
So, as we watch this, we will be considering rewrites of Daigo's rewrites where you can't just use the default of put it back to the original. You have to ignore the original and offer a rewrite based on Daigo's rewrite. Yeah.
Ah, that's a lot.
We have a
Even
lot.
I got 17 brain cells left, but I'll give it my best.
We're taking Daigo's rewrite and pretending it's the only version of Naruto exists. So we're rewriting Daigo's rewrite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Series of videos where I rewrite Naruto making changes to...
By the way, just immediately, I want to comment on the fact that I know it's just stock footage, but I love how the Sasuke Retrieval arc is using this as a very
He's showing the end of series Sasuke. That's the first thing I saw and thought about
exactly
like 10 minutes ago.
to improve it for my personal taste. This is only part 7 of a very long series of videos, so definitely subscribe to this channel so you never miss any future rewrite videos.
That. Oh, we'll like it too.
Real quick.
I better precog that one.
Real quick.
I did.
The goal is
Real quick, pause it for a minute. So we don't need to pay attention to any of the titles. Can you just see how many parts are in the playlist as of right now? Because I just want to confirm something. That's what I thought. So he has done only 7 parts. And I know Shippuden's like twice as long, or 3 times as long, even maybe, I don't know, as part 1.
Watch this.
But he went from 7 parts for part 1 to another, so far, 53 for part 2. Clearly, Daigo's problems with the series are part 2.
Hey, that's everyone else's problems as well. So.
Yeah.
Really goes to show you how much more part 1 is just better, well written compared to part 2 in comparison to like enjoyability, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah, I think part 2 has a lot of insanely good stuff, but like
it's not as tight.
It's very hard to critique part 1.
Yeah.
Like
part 1, maybe it doesn't reach the highest heights, but it's definitely staying high.
Yeah. And it's all just narratively really good.
Yeah.
But there's no Susanoo.
Without eyes.
Oh god.
If we get 400 likes within the first 24 hours from when I drop this video
to clarify,
YouTube, I'll upload
when
the
we
next
rewrite Daigo's rewrite,
with
if he doesn't rewrite that, we are.
Like that.
There will be no Susanoo without eyes nonsense. Itachi won't be blind until after his Susanoo runs out. Like, we're just gonna avoid it at all costs. You need both eyes for the Susanoo. There's no one eye Susanoo. Shisui Susanoo, it doesn't exist. You can only do it with 2 eyes. That's what we're rewriting to.
I mean, I think it's cool that Madara can do it, but whatever.
in a week. And if you'd like to further support
which is exactly why it's cool.
channel in the series, become a member and get cool perks. Link in the description for that. We pick up after Naruto returns to Konoha from the search for Tsunade arc, and Tsunade takes her post as the 5th Hokage. Before Tsunade heals Sasuke, however, we get a scene with Sakura as she is sitting next to an unconscious Sasuke in the hospital. Sakura thinks, "They told me a genjutsu did this to him. I can't even fathom how a genjutsu can be so powerful to cause this type of damage." She looks at Sasuke on—
Okay, I can already tell the increase in production value because that's the very first time I think he's done the internal monologue echoey version.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like... I hope you. Oh, that's right, dude. I hope you get the Orochi.
She's not just looking at him saying Sasuke. I appreciate that she's not just staring at him saying Sasuke. So far, I'm happy so far, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Can I just point out how different the Hokage heads look here in comparison to normal? First of all, there's not even like room for like a 5, 6, and 7. Really, it feels like in comparison to the rest of the village.
They had to really do some construction there.
Also, the heads are just sticking out like so much. It's insane. Like. It's so weird. It's so almost 3D compared to how I think it actually just is. It's like they designed the entire skull instead of just the face or whatever.
No, it is kind of like that in a lot of the scenes.
But like this is like going all the way wrapped around to the back of the head. Like the full ear is like in the middle of the head here.
My biggest complaint though, why is Hashirama the only stone statue who just doesn't have hair?
Where's his hair? Little hat thing, remember?
He has hair hanging down to his shoulders. Minato's hair is going past his chin. Hiruzen's got a beard. Why didn't they give Hashirama his hair?
Minato just looks so glumpy here. Just leaning over or whatever. He's like, looks like Kushina just broke up with him.
Yeah, he's really sad.
And then here is I know this isn't his hair, but like if you count like this top whole thing as his hair, it just looks goofy as a totality. Like he's the Raikage or something. I don't know. Toby Robin just looks so noble. Like his face mask is almost like peeling over his skin in a weird way. It looks different. Same with his hair. It's really weird here.
We then get a flashback that happened before the Chunin exam
just looks
started.
So derpy.
Sakura is walking on Konoha Street as she spots Sasuke coming towards her direction. Sakura is walking.
Why does Sakura have a one Tomoe green Sharingan?
What? Shut up.
What is that in her eye?
That's just a glint from a tree or whatever. It's little design patterns they use.
No, it's a black. She has another pupil. She has another pupil.
No, I'm looking at what you're marking. That's just like shading. Or,
can you zoom in? Can you zoom in?
Absolutely.
Possible.
Gladly.
Crazy.
So, Kamui, you remember the Mia movie or whatever? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the Death Note movie.
Yeah, I remember it started with like Mia the movie? Eggs doubling, and I think that happened with her pupil.
Yeah.
As well.
Okay. Yeah, that one.
Did Sakura?
Yes, that is Sakura's. Yes, that's Sakura's using that to stay young.
Sasuke.
She's actually an old woman.
Oh God, that's insane. Y'all gotta lay off. I don't know what y'all want something good right now.
So what was the name of the movie? Convergence, Divergence. What was it, Kamui?
I forgot what the name of the movie. It was The Substance. That was the name.
Substance. Yes. Well, if you haven't seen the movie, there you go.
Walking on Konoha Street as she spots Sasuke coming.
She was really contemplating it too, like, should I take this? Or what's gonna happen now?
Will this get Sasuke to like me?
She smiles in excitement as he approaches. When they're close to each other, Sakura says, "Good morning, Sasuke." Sasuke replies, "Sakura, I was looking for you. I need your help with something." Sakura says, surprised, "My help? Of course, Sasuke. What kind of help?" Sasuke says, "I need to learn how to counter genjutsu. Kakashi is not on the village. He's on a mission, so I figured—"
He's not on the village? Just making sure we're all on the same page here. Like...
Yeah, he's not standing on top of the Hokage's toe bases right now.
Well,
and if he's not there,
I'm already offended that Sasuke's not a broody little bitch. So I'm honestly, I'm so far I'm cool with it. Like that's an appropriate response. You got your ass kicked by somebody genjutsu. You go to the smartest person you know with genjutsu, who you feel comfortable asking for help.
He just
He's
woke
definitely
up.
making Sasuke Sakura be more relationshipy in this.
Yeah, he just saw his family be massacred 500,000 times.
Is that literally how many times it happened?
Probably
Like,
a
we need
lot
to
of
get-
times.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like that number gets a little inflated nowadays.
It gets bigger every time we talk about it.
Not just y'all, but like anybody.
I mean, hey, considering Itachi could make a whole 80-year segment happen in a picosecond, he could have made it happen 1 billion times, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, but like, remember, he's secretly a great guy who's only doing it to help Sasuke or whatever the fuck we're saying. So like, he can get his point across without all that.
Okay, and do you think there was some diminishing returns here? That 499th time wasn't enough?
Yeah, I think that. I think the whole thing was a little stupid. He could have just, I don't know, knocked him out, beat him up physically. There's just a lot.
Let's ignore the fact that he wanted to kidnap Kakashi.
I do think he wasn't actually going to do that.
I do. He's the one who brought it up.
Yeah. I don't think he was actually going to take Kakashi.
Oh, God.
Figured I would ask you to train with me. Sasuke says that in a shy manner, averting his gaze from Sakura's eyes. Sakura says, of course, I really want to help you to get stronger. Both of them go to the standard training ground, the same place where they fought Kakashi in the bell test. Sakura says, so, why do you want to train genjutsu countering skills? Sasuke says, well, in the country of crystals you were the one who bailed me out when that guy caught me in a genjutsu.
Okay.
If you weren't there, I would have been useless. Sakura blushes as he says that. Sasuke says
Did we
that
just
with a
confirm that
distant
happened?
expression.
Real quick. I know that's not the point, but it's really funny to interpret it the way I'm about to say. Sakura's blushing because Sasuke felt useless. She's happy about it. Oh, silly Sasuke.
Or the fact that she could, like, feel useful for Sasuke, but I don't know.
It's obviously because Sasuke is paying attention to her and wants her help. But it's funnier. It's like, oh, Sasuke, you're so useless.
You know, now that I'm looking at this as well, this pupil is a little bit to the upper left in comparison to where it should be.
No, wait. She has another double pupil on that eye. Slightly harder to tell, but...
Not really. It's just the iris thing.
It's like... barely forming at the bottom.
No, it's here, but it's also here and here and here and here. It's all along. It's just the
Dude, she's a spider.
Gets the feeling he is being truthful in that statement, but he's not telling her everything. She doesn't push him though. Sasuke says, you'll cast your genjutsu on me. I'll use my Sharingan.
Oh my god, look, Kamui! He's using Kawaki's jutsu! Oh, his dojutsu, it's on!
Those aren't triangles, those are circles.
Kamui, oh!
And tried to block it. Sakura says, what do you mean block it? How can you even do that? Sasuke says, the Sharingan is special. It can see through the genjutsu technique and simply block it from ever taking effect. But I'm not very good at it yet. Sakura says, oh,
I don't think
amazing.
that's true.
Sasuke activates his Tomoe Sharingan, saying, hit me with your genjutsu. Sakura
it's his rewrite. That means everything he says is true, right?
On Sasuke. He opens his
I remember who Dygo is.
But the genjutsu takes effect. Sasuke is unable to block it, but then he dispels the genjutsu, saying, again. Sakura does the same thing, and Sasuke is once again unable to block the genjutsu. Again. The two go on for 2 hours or so, doing the same thing over and over, until when Sakura casts a genjutsu and Sasuke blocks it, using his Sharingan alone. Sakura is surprised, but very happy when that happens. Sasuke, you did it! You did it! Sasuke smiles and says, well, now I'll be able to deal with genjutsu a little better. As he says that, his expression grows distant once again. Sakura says, Sasuke, does this training have anything to do with your clan? Sasuke says, it's nothing you should worry about. Sakura is a little disappointed.
Well, it had something to do with this clan. He has the Sharingan. Sorry, I'll see myself out.
With that answer, Sasuke looks down. The two get quiet for a moment, and then Sasuke finally says, "The one I must kill. His genjutsu skills are exceptional. I must know how to counter them." Sakura is taken aback, but says, "Oh, I see. I'm glad I could help you with them." Sasuke says, "Yes, thank you." Now looking straight at Sakura, deactivating his Sharingan.
Okay, so do you think he's gonna do something similar to other arcs to where he just does like 90% of the video is just one portion of the arc and the other 90% of the arc is just the exact same?
Wouldn't be surprised. I mean, so I will add real quick. I don't know if he's gonna do this, but so at first glance you'd think, what is he gonna possibly change of major importance in the rest of this arc, right? He could do what we've done. Kill Choji and explain why. Kind of getting into Shippuden aspects, but also explaining it here. Could also do the same thing with Neji.
When she heard about Choji. Don't kill him.
Well, you need to watch the Choji rewrite stream.
QKS, the fact you care proves the point.
Honestly, that's when my wife actually started caring about Naruto real quick. Like, no, I remember she was watching. She's like, "Oh my god!" Like you cried over Choji? She's like, "He just wanted to be a beautiful butterfly." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Him? Like this, your king?" No,
Choji was written to die. Kishimoto changed his mind after he killed him.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad he did, because that would have been an L. Choji happens to be one of the realists, one of the true OGs. He always held it down, and he was cool with Naruto before Naruto started being a jerk to him first, actually.
That's why it would have been even more impactful, besides other things that it would have done. But
oh, so Kishimoto's allowed to change his mind on that after the fact, but right from the very chapter 1, Itachi was the best guy of all time.
Nobody said this by chapter 1.
Itachi? Don't you mean Obito? Obito was a real cool dude or something, right? Isn't that what they said?
That's what Naruto said, not Kishimoto.
He's the coolest guy.
Oh, I remember. That was the dumbest thing I ever heard. I'm like, what? Talking about,
well,
I mean, to be fair, that's not the official translation, but it is my favorite translation. Screw nothing but awesome to me. He was the coolest guy is the best version.
I mean,
except nothing else.
Did you think Obito was nerdy, King of Chaos?
No.
Well, there you
Not
go.
really.
You think Obito was cool?
I mean, he thought he was cool, yeah.
I mean, regardless of him, I think Obito was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Really?
the coolest guy.
Oh, shut
Yeah,
up.
I mean, he was pretty cool. What can I say? I'm glad he was there.
I'm not listening to either of you.
Did you not see his spiral fire style jutsu? It's freaking cool, bro.
Did you not see him sit down in front of the 5 Kage casually?
Did you not watch episode 375 when he fought Kakashi? That was like the best episode.
Did you not watch him talking about sweating?
Obito? God, okay. Like, so it's a consensus
Okay. So, you know, Ikimoto draws sweat beads in every single panel. Obito is the antithesis of Ikimoto because he would never sweat.
Okay, that was a bar though. You can't even lie. That was it. When he said that shit, that was cool. I can't hate.
Oh, he was the coolest guy.
Okay,
no, that was cool.
And who said it?
Naruto.
I love how the Itachi thing was just blatantly misinterpreting what I was getting at in the first place.
It's about to be time for me to go up there and take the boy back from my baby mama. Who again is my wife for any of you who are going to try to snitch on me.
Quiet again. It seems they are feeling very self-conscious. Sasuke, blushing a little, finally says, "You know, I lied." Sakura looks at him now in apprehension. "I said Kakashi was on a mission, but he isn't. It's just that I wanted to train with you." Sakura blushes.
Okay, so I know this goes against the point of what we're supposed to be doing here, but Sasuke would never say that in canon.
Also, he wouldn't. But also, real quick, go back to like a frame to Sakura's face.
He isn't.
I pause it the next Sakura face.
I wanted to train with you. Sakura.
This is the funniest thing ever. Her face here is so funny in response.
This is King of Chaos looking at his baby mama.
Hey, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. That is me looking at her. Very accurate. I would send that to her ass too. Like, hey, what's up?
Here, I'll just send it to you right now.
Oh, perfect. Yes, it's in that screenshot to me. Like this could be us, but you're too busy playing games with my goofy son. Like, I'm trying to feed him. Whatever. Whatever we're calling it nowadays. Oh God. What is?
He's not even eating. He's drinking.
No,
You're not feeding him. You're thirsty.
Dude, no, straight up, 100%.
Okay, but Kamui brings up a good point without actually saying it. Why don't we have a word for giving someone something to drink in the English language?
Like, hydrating them, I guess is the word.
But that feels like that only applies to water, doesn't it?
Not technically, but it definitely doesn't apply to alcohol.
Sakura blushes. Well, it's past lunchtime. Do you want to go get something to eat? You know, together? Sakura's jaw
Sasuke wouldn't
drops.
do this
And
I gotta go with my baby mama
okay.
now.
words.
And
Sasuke
go to
says,
sleep now,
it's
finally.
fine.
Because she's taking over the night shift apparently now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, peace and hair grease. I have plenty of nights like this, just so we're clear. So I was actually like peeking in the past couple nights. Thanks for that, Ood. Appreciate you. To see if you guys are on, and I didn't see anyone. So if you're on again tomorrow, let me know. I'll be here.
Well,
Okay, probably not tomorrow, but we'll see. Maybe it'll happen.
our
Right,
previous
I'll be
guest
here any
said
day.
we would be here tomorrow, but
All right. Well, y'all have a good time, and everybody, shout out to the Walky Talky podcast.
well,
Peace
shout
and hair
out
grease,
to
gents.
Giga Chaos.
Yeah, I like how King of Chaos does the like promo stuff for us.
Of course, you got to. The homie's got to be your biggest cheerleader, or they're secretly an op. Just like, ooh, hold up, before I go, here's some advice for all you youngins out there too. If you have a lady friend in your life who won't help you, won't help put you on game to riz up a shoddy, they're not your friend. Sorry, that flew over your heads. That probably flew over some of you youngins' heads, but you'll trust me. It doesn't register now, but it will. Anyways, I gotta go. Bye, guys.
Okay, so
Bye.
okay, did you give us a chance to say goodbye there?
I also want to point out
Anyway.
Sasuke's eyelids here. He looks so sleepy.
He's
so droopy.
tired from training with Sakura. He's tired of looking at Sakura.
To be fair, he would never say the Kakashi thing. I could see him obviously training as most likely, but also Sasuke Retrieval arc before he leaves it. Well, especially when he first wakes up. I don't know. At some point before he leaves the village.
Not when he first wakes up in the original version, but in this version, he's a lot more tame.
Yeah. Let's just, okay. Maybe not in the manga version where he just leaves like the same day, but like in the anime where he like does a whole Land of Teeth thing and everything else before it, freaking Land of Snow
in that version,
movie.
it's because of Aoi Roka show that he's even leaving the village.
Yeah, I could totally see him basically doing what Sakura did for Naruto, just taking Sakura out for like one last time. Basically, it's kind of similar to what Jiraiya did to Naruto right before pushing him off the cliff to summon Gamabunta.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, taking him out for like a good day or whatever. Sasuke could totally do that. Do you think he would do this with exclusively Sakura, or do you think he would include Naruto, or do you think it'd be like both?
Okay. I could see all three. I could see, especially from Kishimoto's perspective, I could see all three for sure. I could see him wanting to be a just Sakura thing to show the difference in how he feels with Sakura. I could see him wanting to do the same with Naruto for similar reasons. I could see him not wanting to because he's very frustrated with the rivalry. Now, part of this does depend on, especially in this rewrite, what's going to instigate the rivalry anger thing with Naruto. Because in the Idate arc, because Naruto, quote unquote, won and not him. But
even though that's not in the movie where he did the same thing. In fact, that's why he did it in the movie, so Naruto can win.
Yeah, literally the same thing. You described the event to me, and it is the same as what they do in the filler arc. But Yeah, so in this case, I don't know what's going to instigate that. Is he just going to be mad as soon as he sees Naruto? Kind of seems uncalled for given his personality right here, but we'll see what he does.
For those that aren't aware, what I'm referencing was Sasuke using the Chidori to crack the enemy's thing, and then Naruto finishing it off with the Rasengan, just for those that weren't aware.
Yeah. So, obviously in the manga version, he's just not going to take Naruto. Obviously, he's already mad. In this version, he could, but if he already has angry rivalry feelings, he's definitely not going to. So it kind of depends, I think.
I could see it being both because he has the rivalry feelings at the same time. Naruto's his best friend, so. And again, this is his last two Raw before leaving.
Though. I think he would do it separately, probably.
Okay. I could totally see it to where, okay, this is, in my opinion, this is how Kishimoto would write it. Naruto would either be stalking Sakura or just happen to see Sakura out with Sasuke, and he's gonna pull like a Konohamaru from episode 2, be following them around in goofy ways until eventually he's either found out or he just stumbles in the middle of them right before Sakura tries to kiss Sasuke to like interrupt a moment or something.
Yeah, like he just happens to walk by while they're at Ichiraku Ramen, and he walks in, "Hey, Teuchi," and he sees them there, and he starts being goofy. I could also see something else. This is another thing Kishimoto would do. Either one's reasonable for him. So Sasuke asks Sakura to go to lunch. Sasuke off screen already told Naruto, "Meet us for lunch at 2 p.m. And they're going to go to the same place. So Sakura's thinking, "Oh, I'm going to go on a date with Sasuke." And then she sees Naruto already there. And she's like, "Oh, I'm doomed."
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's like, this was Sasuke's plan, not a date.
That's funny. Yeah, he's like, "All right, Sakura, let's go on the town to the south side of the village." And then he leaves the north way. Threw him right off my trail. I think you're right on Sakura's reaction. And I also think if Sakura is about to quote-unquote score, and if Naruto interrupts at that moment, even if he's genuine, she would like freak out. Naruto, "Get out of here! I'm doing a date with Sasuke," or whatever she would say. I'm trying to get Naruto to go away because he's annoying and pest or whatever.
Sasuke, yeah, like Naruto would start arguing back, and then Sasuke would be like, "I actually asked both of you to come here." And then he'll be serious and be like, "Oh, I love you guys, blah, blah, blah," and then he leaves.
I could imagine.
Not literally going to say that, but
I could imagine Sakura just completely accepting it if she's not about to have him, like she's just enjoying her day or whatever, just passively, not like actively about to kiss him or something crazy. Just like sitting there, just eating her food or whatever. And then Naruto just happens to walk by and he just walks in and it's just like normal, like, "Oh, hey guys, what's up? Hey, mind if I join you?" or whatever. Like not being annoying or like getting in their way or intrusive, just like being Team 7 and good and friends or whatever.
Yeah.
Could see she totally
But if she thinks she's about to like kiss Sasuke later, then she'll be annoyed.
Yes, absolutely. Naruto, get out of here! Can't you see what I'm doing?
Yeah, again. In her mind, it's like, "Sure, I was gonna kiss him."
But then obviously, even if she says that and Naruto leaves, Naruto's going to follow them around because Naruto doesn't want Sakura to do that.
Yeah. It's gonna be like the Kakashi Mask episode when every time Kakashi's about to eat, he gets punched by like the boxing glove or whatever. He's gonna be doing that himself.
Exactly. That'd be so good, bro. Just to have basically episode 3, but at the very end, right before Sasuke leaves. They should have done like a filler or something like that.
No,
I know Kakashi's Mask is that, but...
No, instead of Kakashi... Well, not instead of. In addition to Kakashi's Mask filler episode, it's like the Sasuke Sakura date filler episode where Naruto and Kakashi and Konohamaru, everyone in the village, they're all just in Neji, just like the Kakashi Mask. They're all just there to ruin Sasuke and Sakura's day. Because it's Naruto's clever plan. Everyone's just on board. That'd be such a funny episode.
Okay.
And Sasuke's just clueless the whole time. Every time something happens, he just thinks it's a genuine accident. He doesn't even know what's going on. And Sakura knows that she's mad.
Okay. tell me if I'm going too far with this, but should they have a gag to where this was Sasuke's like last chance to give the village a chance, and it's because of this annoying him so much that it broke the straw that broke the camel's back or whatever, and that's why he leaves the village?
No, they can't do that for this filler.
Listen. This isn't the manga. This is already the anime where he's leaving because of the Land of Team.
Yeah, sure, he is leaving because of Naruto anyway, but I mean, you could do it that way. I like the idea that the whole time Sasuke just is clueless whenever Sakura is going to make a move. Like, he just doesn't understand any of what's happening. He's just being oblivious.
Well, I think it would be cool if maybe it came across like that, but not really. I think it'd be best if it's like the Kakashi mask filler, to where Kakashi knew the whole time.
When he knows all along what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. But he's like doing things,
Yeah.
obviously. Yeah, you get the idea.
That would be funny too.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So Sasuke's also trolling everyone at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I do think that Sasuke would
Okay,
accept
the
it.
craziest. Okay. This would be the craziest thing they could do. Absolutely off the walls, craziest thing they could do. So you know when Kakashi at the end of the episode's like, "It's another mask. Pretty cool, huh?" So this episode's version of that, at the end of the episode, when Sakura and Sasuke kiss, the transformation jutsu undoes, and it was Naruto the whole time, and it was Sasuke doing all the pranking the whole episode, pretending to be Naruto.
Okay, not that. That's too far. What I would do is, I think Sasuke could actually do this in character. So Sakura goes in for the kiss, and Sasuke transforms into Naruto. Oh, it was Naruto all along. And Sakura just like punches him or whatever, runs away or whatever, mad. Just like episode 3. Except this time it's like the reveal. And that's like the payoff from episode 3 as well, since we never really got that. And then afterwards, Sasuke, as Naruto, backs into Sasuke to reveal it actually was Sasuke doing it all along. To basically give Sakura that like final goodbye, like the sweet kind of way, like how, oh, you've always known me this way. Don't be heartbroken. Basically trolling in a way.
I'm trying to think of okay. Other funny things. Okay, other things I'm thinking of that'd be really funny. Remember the thing when Kakashi flips the table so that he doesn't get hit by the dart?
Yeah.
It'd be really funny. Sakura goes in for the kiss, and then Sasuke flips the table away.
I can see it.
To block it.
I can see it. Yeah. What I'm imagining.
Or okay, this is also ridiculous, but like when Sasuke. So when Sasuke, at the end of the episode, Sakura's gonna go for the kiss. Sasuke makes this like little kiss face, and then his lips just enlarge like the Kakashi blimp lips. Every time he tries to kiss, he makes one of the ugly faces on accident or on purpose.
You are having too much fun with this.
Dude, I would love this episode. This would be hilarious.
Yeah. The idea that I was envisioning was like the second Kakashi mask filler at the end, to where it actually is revealed that it was Sasuke all along or whatever. It's like that. Kind of like that.
Yeah.
But the characters themselves don't know. And Sasuke's like, these were good times. I'm glad I had these, but these days are numbered or whatever.
To be fair, though, I don't care what anyone says. But the first Kakashi space episode just is the better one to me.
They're both good, but the first one's definitely more iconic, obviously. Well, the second one is
the first
revealing
one's
his
like,
face.
I enjoy both of them, but the first one's better.
Okay. Because you did specify iconic to you. Do you think the first or second Kakashi mask filler is more iconic?
I probably not the best person to ask. I think the first, but I could be completely wrong.
That's a good community poll, if you remind me. In fact, write it down like to my DMs, and I'll just not open it till after. To do a poll on that.
Right, the first or second Kakashi mask episode
poll.
Iconic.
That's all you really need to do there.
Separately. Poll.
Okay.
Separately. Which is better?
Oh, okay. I like that.
Okay, anyway, I also think what would be funny, now Naruto the Last kind of has this, but if they had a Naruto and Hinata date episode, this could be in Shippuden, this could be in part 1, where like maybe Hinata's trying to get Naruto on a date and it's just all going wrong because of Naruto goofiness, whatever. It would be really funny though if there was a Naruto Hinata episode as well.
Okay, if they're doing this, and if that first filler exists, then I want Sakura to be following Naruto and Hinata around, pranking Naruto all day for revenge.
Exactly. Like, no, it's if Sasuke's still in the village when this episode happens, he's there too. Like I want it to be as ridiculous as the mask episode when they have Neji helping them with the Kakashi mask shit, or like secretly Kakashi had Neji help, but you get the point. Like,
okay.
I want it to be ridiculous where like everyone in the village is just in on whatever is happening.
It could be so stupid to have it be in Shippuden during, like, the 5-minute segment of where Sakura actually did like Naruto.
They're like Orochi. Okay, if it's end of Shippuden, if they do this at end of Shippuden, I want Orochimaru being the one following. Like he already is. He's just spying on Naruto and Hinata. Neji? I still don't understand why they had Orochimaru yell Neji. It was so funny, but like, who was the one who came up with the Orochimaru stuff at the end of Shippuden? Who is that person, and can we get them on the podcast?
Can we get them on the podcast?
Well, anyway, back to the rewrite.
If you have something else to do. Sakura then says louder than she expected, "Yeah, of course, let's go eat something." We cut back to Sakura staring at Sasuke laying on that bed. Now she is crying and thinking as well, even my training was useless. I couldn't do anything for him. It's at that moment that Tsunade and Naruto enter the room and Tsunade heals Sasuke.
Oh my god,
goes
we're
the
so
same way
stupid.
as in the original.
I got so distracted. I forgot. She was saying this was before Tsunade walked in. This was Sasuke flashing back.
Yeah.
That's why Sasuke wasn't mentioning Itachi directly because he just put me into Genjutsu.
Yeah. Well, it's not that I forgot it. It's just that I missed it, and I was wondering it, but I just didn't question it out loud.
I just wasn't thinking about it.
Okay.
However, there is something that happens during that scene that changes Naruto. When Naruto sees Sakura crying desperately and hugging Sasuke after he wakes up, something will finally click on Naruto. He will understand that Sakura and Sasuke have a special connection and will finally acknowledge that his feelings for Sakura were much more related to his rivalry with Sasuke than anything else, and that—
Okay, so I was gonna say that first part is implying that didn't happen, but the second part he's doing
Yeah,
the Naruto
it's already there. But this last part, not so much.
That's Naruto the last, yeah. Just bringing it here.
Yeah.
And if he is having Naruto Hinata be a thing anyways, then sure. But if he's doing that here, as opposed to in Shippuden, what's the end of Naruto gonna look like with the promise of a lifetime and like Sakura, please?
So that's the thing. So like, obviously, Naruto can make the promise of the lifetime. It's still going to be impactful, but it is going to lose impact because part of the charm of it is that Naruto's making this promise despite the fact that he loves Sakura and he knows she loves Sasuke, and he's still going to make this promise of a lifetime. He's not going to have the love Sakura part of that promise, which is going to take away a little bit.
And Mount Everest isn't famous because of how tall it is. It's famous because it's the tallest. If you take away from this mountain of the promise of a lifetime, is it even going to be impressive anymore?
I mean, exactly. Like, is it going to be impactful? Yeah. But it's not going to be, like, the iconically crazy impactful thing that it is.
Yeah.
Unless he has a later scene where Naruto changes his mind and he actually does love Sakura, but
no, he's not gonna do that.
Yeah, exactly. He's not doing one up Sasuke, and liking Sakura was a way to do that. It's at that moment that Naruto will no longer have a crush on Sakura and mature, understanding that he should not battle with Sasuke.
I'm curious about the promise of a lifetime now.
Now Sakura will be much more of a friend, almost like a sister to Naruto.
So, did he change anything about the Gaara fight in regards to this? Like, Sakura was still like pinned against a tree and was gonna die if Naruto doesn't save her, and Naruto's doing it because he loves her and all that.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, that was all the same.
We'll have to ask Dygo sometime. I don't know.
I think you should have waited on this, personally.
Yeah. I can see it, yeah.
Because I'm fine with building the Hinata stuff. He doesn't have to have that fully manifest until Shippuden now. Because I feel like from the Gaara stuff and then the Sasuke Retrieval arc, it just works best if Sakura is the person he loves. His crush, whatever you want to call it. Like,
the flashback scene serves to deepen the bond between Sakura and Sasuke,
Definitely say
and also
more than
to
a
show
crush.
Sasuke being a nice guy, shy and somewhat cold, but still nice to Sakura. That will contrast very well with Sasuke after he wakes up, after his defeat against Itachi and his thoughts of revenge, and also how he wants to increase his power through the curse mark and Orochimaru.
So real quick, just gonna go back. Why did Sakura put the needle thing through the apple?
I know, I was looking at this, bro. Looks like he's put the stabber in the eye. It's probably a defensive reflex.
Okay, unironically, that could have been really cool if Sasuke himself wasn't expecting it, but it's just because, like, the Kawaki response, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Flowers. He just sees a needle. Let's just say Itachi used the needle on him. Like, Haku, like...
It would have been really cool. Show how messed up he is.
I agree. That would have been really cool. I'm not going to say it's better, but it would have been really freaking cool.
Okay. I have one that I think is better. Since he's, like, doing this in canon, his frustration or whatever over Naruto. Naruto used the needle on him.
Naruto and Itachi and Gaara. They all, every villain has used a needle on him.
Yeah, and Orochimaru didn't use a needle, he used an anti-needle, like a weird hole thing or something.
He used his teeth.
Yeah.
How he wants to increase his power through the curse mark and Orochimaru. We'll see that Sasuke will undergo a massive change after the Tsukiyomi happened to him. After that, we continue with the Sasuke Retrieval arc, and things happen exactly the same way as they did in the original, until we get to the point when Sasuke is about to leave the village. Sakura...
Okay, so he is leaving Naruto's fire-style Rasengan, and... Just want to point that out. That's still
What's
there.
the name of the what's the name of that jutsu? The Blaze of Glory. Yeah, the Blaze of Glory.
Is still there. Good to know.
Intercepts him like in the original, and the scene goes about the same way. We can see the heavy contrast.
Okay, real quick.
Sasuke
Okay, I'm expecting a change to be made, but he says everything goes the same way until we get to the scene of Sakura intercepting Sasuke, where the scene goes just about the same way. Okay, so...
Well, okay, let's theorize. What do we think the change is gonna be? I'll go first. I think when he neck chops Sakura to make her pass out, he's gonna say something other than thank you. And in addition to thank you.
Yeah, there might be a different line of dialogue from earlier on that there'll be a callback to.
And maybe he'll say the same thing Itachi said or whatever. Maybe he'll say, forgive me,
you don't have
I'm
enough
sorry. Hate. Yeah, I mean, Anime Avenger is crazy here. Now I hope he does that. It's ridiculous.
There's no way.
Sakura's plea.
Test the limits of my abilities.
Sakura's plea is going to turn into a begrudging ask. Yeah, Naruto, if you can, but like, if it's too much effort, then don't bother.
Yeah. Naruto's promise is like,
I guess.
I'll try. See what I can do.
Naruto looks over to Shikamaru. He's like,
this thumbs up is going to be sideways. It's a thumbs down. I'm not going to do that.
He looks over at Shikamaru like, what a drag, am I right?
He's like, Sakura, I don't even like you anymore. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm only doing this mission for the money.
Of a lifetime to Neji instead.
Neji looks at him
I
like...
promise to change to you after we get Sasuke back.
Neji's like, Naruto, your eyes are even brighter than mine. Well, Neji, you said your eyes are black that one time. So.
I was gonna say, yeah, your eyes are black, Neji.
Now, and how he was in the flashback, and how his encounter with Itachi changed his mentality, as well as the alluring power of the curse mark.
I love how at this point, we just say things and we know what we mean. But anyone viewing for the first time, I don't care if they're a master of Naruto, they don't know half of the things that we're referencing.
Like what in particular you're referring to now?
The Neji Black Eye thing. We are the 0.01% of Naru fans who know what that is.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I bet you were the like even the fans that we've told about it, they forgot. We're the only Naruto fans who specifically remember Neji's line about the eyes turning black when it happens and everything.
I'm trying to find it in mistakes right now. Okay, here it is. Just since we referenced it, just for stream, you can't see my screen because I can't share Discord, which is dumb. Yeah. But here it is.
It's like how I mean, there's other stupid things like when we say what is the issue, we are the only people in this universe who know exactly what stupid face Forger's making, what chapter it's in, and why it's there.
Well, thankfully, Kamui, I actually made a new play. Did I? Where'd it go? Did you delete it?
Playlist?
Oh, okay, never mind. It's not under... Okay, it's under hashtag art is hashtag memes, and it's for not intro pictures, but specifically the, like, one-word intro pictures that are like that. And... you go check it out.
So
exactly
does that include like omnipotence, or should we move some of those other ones, or?
It's up to discussion. Yeah, if we feel like it, but it's just whatever ones that we reference that are just like this, just there.
What about Boruto's lip?
I don't know. I feel like there should be dialogue there. So if it's like a quote that we're quoting, like what is the issue? But you can
what about I will say just one thing only?
Okay, absolutely, yeah. No, that absolutely goes over 100%. Well, actually, I don't know, because whereas that feels like a meme, I feel like that we can't reference that. I feel like that is a good intro picture. So I don't know. It's hard. It's hard.
This one would be really funny to reference.
Oh God. Oh God, not Kamui laughing like this again. What's this one getting?
I mean,
let's start the 10-minute timer.
You know what, troll? If we said, I won't get to say everything, but the same result Hayes seen in many features, that would be funny to do.
Okay.
Or what about, come on, girl, up and at him?
Yes, okay. Okay, that one would be pretty good.
Or, what about, Naruto is Naruto?
I don't know, because I don't know what discretion there should be here.
I know, that's the problem.
And the problem is, I feel like there needs to be a distinct one, because if I want to know where something is, which is the reason these rooms exist, to categorize these things. And if we don't remember which category a certain thing is in, then we just can't find it. It's the same problem.
I just realized I put some of my intro topics and intro pictures on accident because I just see the word intro. I will deal with that later.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I know, that's the problem.
I didn't even finish going through intro topics, moving some stuff to intro pictures, but I'll do that later.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, back to this. By the way, I did want to point out, shout out the comment section that hated the fact that we take so long on Dygo reactions because we just derail. So shout out that person. Let's point that out.
Who was it, Dan?
I actually don't remember who. I don't think I put it in the comments first up. I think I only sent it to you, but I might have put a different one in comments.
I mean, I remember
wait. Oh, yeah.
Reading it somewhere.
There was something I did want to go over before the next Dygo react. It's in Naruto topics.
That's fine, because I'm going to go upstairs for a second to grab some cauliflowers, so this could be a good time to do it.
Sure. Okay. Was this it? Yeah, I think this was it. Okay. So, on the last Dygo React video that we did, so part 6 or whatever, part 7? Was it? What is this? This is part 7. So
We're
part
on
6.
part 7.
Yeah, okay, so part 6. There was a comment in the comment section from Cosmic K5W 2 years ago. I'm calling it now. Donzo saw Itachi.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing that.
Dygo responded by saying, "We'll
The eye
see."
emojis. Oh, never mind.
Sorry, did you want to guess? Pretend I didn't say that. What do you think he said?
I thought it was the eye emojis.
Oh, basically the same thing, but I mean, hey, literally, technically the same thing. Hey, we'll see.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Okay. With that being said, did you need me to read comments while you're upstairs, or?
You might as well. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Shout out Vaz. No idea. I agree. No idea. What was the controversy? Just got here. You like right there yet?
It's just that. That's it. No idea.
I mean, I don't know what he's talking about.
Continue.
Oh, it's because someone said once the controversy and Adam did an up arrow and editing marker resume, what was the controversy, just got here, and Voz says no idea. Because I titled the live stream addressing the controversy, and it's the Sarada thumbnail because I thought we were going to have Sage of Thick Calves on. Man, I had a whole other plan for this live stream. We were not doing Dygo React, we were not doing King of Chaos, we were not doing the other guests I had on. We were doing, we were catching up on the comments first tab was what I was going to plan for this live stream to be. But, oh well.
Interesting.
We'll have to do that another time. So a marketing resume. Kishimoto said we will get Saruto in 2032, but he could be hinting when Two Blue Vortex will end. I think Two Blue Vortex will be 25 volumes, which equals 100 chapters. Well, I think Naruto Next Generations should have been 100 chapters, if that tells you anything.
Let's also mention, it doesn't matter what Kishimoto plans, because Ikimoto won't do it.
Kishimoto already had planned to have it end by this point, so... Naruto was...
Oh shoot, my headphones... Oh, that's so inconvenient. My headphones died on me.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Well...
I'm gonna go downstairs, change headphones, and then go back up. And then come back downstairs.
Ugh. Well, speaking of Edding and Rokume's comment. Wow, that sounds so mean. But Naruto was 72 volumes. Naruto Gaiden was 1 volume. So the series will have 118 total volumes. If we get 3 more chapters for the Minato one-shot, now it's 119 volumes. So, is there any chance of us getting 3 more chapters for the Minato one-shot? I mean, doesn't that take away from the fact that it's a one-shot? But I'm down. Why would we get it, and why randomly 3, and why later/now? And also, what is he gonna do? He's just gonna expand on the Minato story, I guess, from that one shot? It's like the sequel to that, or is it just gonna be Naruto Top 99 again, to where it's just another popular character, and or a completely separate, unique, new Naruto Minato story?
Yeah, like the Flying Raijin one.
Yeah. 1 more volume will be 120 volumes. I'm sure Kishi wants to end things on a whole number. Well, considering he ended on volume 72 originally, I don't know.
Let's also mention, he doesn't necessarily get the choice. That's why it ended when it did.
Exactly. Hopefully, Kishimoto is planning another one-off special volume for maybe Kurama, Sakura, Madara, or Tobirama? Question mark.
Probably not Kurama, considering that's basically included in the Minato one.
I mean, I'm down for like anything, but you know.
Yeah, exactly. I'll take anything, but
anything that's not Ikimata.
yeah, as long as Kishimoto or Kodachi do.
As long as they have Any input at all?
As long as they have the last say.
Yeah. Like, can they have the first say, please? That's all I really need.
No, because then Ikimoto will change it.
Okay, yeah.
And what's up, just it needs to be only written by Kishimoto, or otherwise there's no point, because if you know that he's not going to change it.
Yeah. That's fair.
But anyway, please continue.
With the Dygo react, you ready again?
No, but you can start anyway.
Interpreted that scene between Sasuke and Sakura as Sasuke trying his hardest to push Sakura away, not because he dislikes her, but because he doesn't want her to get caught up in the nasty things he'll have to do to achieve his revenge. When he says to her, "You're annoying," maybe he meant it at the moment because Sakura was being annoyingly persistent, but I've always seen that as a way of making Sakura stop liking him so she doesn't get hurt any further. So in the rewrite...
Well, you can do both of those, but the third reason is Kishimoto's calling back to chapter 3 anyways. Which is why that filler would have been so impactful that we mentioned.
I agree.
Which is why he also says it at the near end of Shippuden as well. But... yeah,
it's all just a callback, and it's really cool, and I'm glad he did it.
And it shows Sasuke not only remembers, but cares, and that just like his relationship with Naruto, there's always been something unsaid. Because why would Sasuke wait till now?
It's also really, just real quick, I do think it's really cool that they did this. Because Sakura starts talking about how on that day you got really annoying, or you got really annoyed at me. She said, "Don't you remember?" And Sasuke says, "I don't." But then, so he says he doesn't, but he proves he does when he says, "You haven't changed. You're still annoying."
Okay. Funnier interpretation. He's going based off of what Sakura said. Like, ugh, you said that back then?
Like he doesn't remember. Really he just so happens to coincidentally be saying the same thing.
Or like Sakura's being like, "No, Sasuke, I annoyed you back then." Ugh, yeah, you really haven't changed, huh?
Yeah, you're still annoying me.
Oh god, man, that really doesn't look good for the deadbeat dad allegations.
Right, I'm adding just a very small thing to the scene. Sasuke punches Sakura and puts her on that bench like in the original. As he is
the original was not a punch, but I see what he's trying to say.
leaving, we can see a single tear coming out of Sasuke's eye. That symbolizes his internal conflict, and also that he still has feelings towards Sakura and also for his friends and the village. The deeper relationship between the two that we developed in the rewrite makes that moment when Sasuke thanks Sakura just before punching her more impactful and emotional. Things continue to go
I have 3 questions now. Okay. So the way he said it makes me think it's like in this shot of him leaving, like he's up at the top of the hill, that's where the tear is. That's just how the visuals when he's saying it, the way he said, that's how I interpret it. So start with that. Which do you like better? He has a tear in this shot or no tear at all? Your first question.
No tear at all.
Okay. So now it's this alternative question. This doesn't seem like that's how he was presenting it. So this is a rewrite of Daigo's rewrite. Actually, go ahead and play it again real quick just to confirm.
This scene?
Go back a little bit further.
This is a scene that I was going to say to have it, if you're going to do it.
Yeah, I was going to say, when he says thank you, that's where the tear is. It doesn't seem like that's how he was saying it.
Yeah.
But
maybe he meant it at the moment because...
Sorry, go ahead.
So now the question's going to be, no tears anywhere, or he has a tear when he says thank you. Which do you like better?
So I'm fine with either.
Well, I am too. That's why I'm even bothering to ask the question.
Well, jeez, okay, that really shows your mind's on there. But, I think I prefer it without the tear.
Mm-hmm. I would have been happy with both, but they both have their like pros and cons. One's going to emphasize like that internal conflict over it. The other's emphasizing the cold-hearted, like he has chosen this path at this point and he's not turning back. So they both have their things that they're doing.
Exactly.
But given what they do later in the arc with Naruto, it feels like the more consistent answer is he's chosen this path, his resolve is firm.
Yeah.
Especially when they have the scene of him earlier grabbing the leaf and squeezing it after the sound for, like that moment solidifies it.
Exactly. If I was gonna have it, and it isn't a moment here, I would have it be after the Kakashi talk when he's like sitting at the tree.
Yeah. If he cries there before the sound for
yeah.
firm his resolve. Yeah, that could also work really well. Okay, so now the questions are no tears at all, or he has a tear after the Kakashi conversation.
That's so hard. Oh, that's so hard because
I
they're
know.
doing two different things. I feel like having a tear takes away from the uniqueness of what I can imagine he's feeling at that moment.
Yeah, so yeah, because I was gonna say you could argue for an emptiness thing if there's no tear. It's just empty. Yep. Is how he feels. And I think having a tear is giving you the sadness connotation more than an emptiness feeling.
But I'll also add it's beyond emptiness. It's like a sad emptiness because it's not like sigh emptiness or anything.
Exactly.
It's almost like a sinking sensation. Maybe his stomach feels heavy.
Yeah.
Like he knows he has to leave it all behind or give it all up or whatever.
Like he's thinking back on fond memories, but despite that, he feels, the way he feels.
It's almost like he knows that he has to go, but he's trying to work in his mind any way that to stop himself that he doesn't have to do it.
Exactly. And I feel like a tear could arguably take away, but it could arguably strengthen it in a different way. So it kind of both would be good at the end of the day. But
yeah. But the one that I definitely don't like would be him walking up the hill after he's already done everything. Because again, he's already given up. He already went back to his house to put his picture down. He's already said his farewell to Sakura.
Yeah.
He's made up his mind. He's already decided to go on this path. He's not turning back.
Yeah, that's not where the tear would happen. I agree. That does seem to be the one he chose. I would be curious if he would have preferred either those other two moments we've mentioned for a tear. So either when he says thank you or when, post Kakashi but pre Sound 4 conversation.
Yeah. And I know that this isn't necessarily has to be this way, but the shot of him walking up the hill is like the cut before he's standing by the Sound 4, and I feel like that's just not an appropriate
maybe
moment.
just see him cry and be like, why are you crying, bro?
Exactly. Like, oh, never mind, you're not our leader.
Yeah. It was decided you'd be our leader, but we changed our mind. It is also funny, though. Like, I understand they got to do the coffin thing, but it's really funny that Sakura says, it's already been decided, you will be our leader, as he proceeds to tell Sasuke what to do and boss him around and everything. Clearly being the leader.
Well, Sasuke's got to know how to lead.
Yeah. So why is he the leader yet? Also, why is Sasuke going to be the leader? Like, when Kimimaro was already chosen to be the vessel, I understand this is anime only, but Kimimaro has already been chosen as the vessel. He then tells them, obey me or die. And then they're like, how about neither? Like, they don't want to let him be the leader. So what? And Sakura just got done saying 10 minutes earlier, he's holding Sasuke by the leg upside down. Oh, man. Why does Orochimaru even want this kid? Kimimaro was way better. Bitch, if you weren't ready to let Kimimaro be your leader until he beat you up, why are you letting Sasuke be your leader when he didn't beat you up? You beat him up. What?
No, I think it can make sense.
Character wouldn't do that.
No, I think it's fine, because at this point they're already under Kimimaro's leash. They're just begrudgingly doing what he says.
Do you think Kimimaro... Well, no, they seem to not be under Kimimaru's orders anymore because Kimimaru's in the hospital bed. Tayuya thought he was like dead, basically. They were surprised when he showed up. They're calling themselves the Sound Ninja 4, not the Sound Ninja 5. Like, the first time you heard the word Sound Ninja 5 is when Kimimaru shows up. None of the Sound 4 were calling themselves that.
Sure, but I'd also associate Kimimaru with Orochimaru.
Okay, but either way, they didn't want to let Kimimaru be their leader. Even when they were standing there watching Orochimaru be like, yeah, you're the best vessel of all time, buddy. You and I are part of the same mind and soul, blah, blah, blah. They're still just like, yeah, we don't want to be under your rule.
It's Lord Orochimaru.
And they didn't care.
Orochimaru made him care, clearly.
No, Orochimaru didn't make him care. Kimimaru did.
Yeah, okay.
Sasuke didn't.
Okay.
So
Well,
why were they going to let him be the leader?
they're not here for Sasuke.
Well, yeah, they are.
They're here
I know
for
it's not what you
Sasuke, but
meant.
they're not here for Sasuke.
Yeah, I know what you meant by that, but taking the words literally.
Yeah, I knew you were going to do that, which is why I let you do that.
But,
I knew you were going to do that as I was saying it.
Either way, it doesn't really matter. I just don't think Sakon and them in character would have just been like, yeah, Sasuke, you're our leader, after they got done beating him up.
Not the original version of them, but once they're Orochimaru's mutts, then I think it's fine.
They were already Orochimaru's mutts at that point.
I think it's fine as is.
I mean, again, this is anime only anyway. In the manga, nothing suggests that they weren't just okay with Kimimaru being leader. So, it's fine. But
Well, they just didn't even realize Kimimaru even could be here, but,
No, I meant in general, like in the flashbacks. There's no scene of them being like, how about neither one? That doesn't exist in the manga.
Sure.
I know, it's tragic. Yeah, Kimimaru beating up the Sound 4 isn't in the manga. I know, it's tragic, but it's not.
Yeah, I think the point is that because Kimimaru is Orochimaru's vessel, obviously Orochimaru is going to be Kimimaru in the same way. Orochimaru is going to be Sasuke. They might as well just treat him as leader now, which is, I think, the real reason. Not that Sasuke
like that.
Uchiha is going to be their leader, but Orochimaru will be.
I like that interpretation, especially for manga only.
Okay, well, there you go. But I do think it's only because of Orochimaru that they're going to be like this. If they're just doing this on their own, it just has no ties to Orochimaru. They're randomly beating up
then
Ino.
my question, though, is why weren't they like that for Kimimaru?
I think it's fine.
That did not answer my question.
Well, they weren't like that yet. That's when they changed.
So Kimimaru beat them up so bad that they changed.
Yeah, I mean, they just didn't respect Orochimaru's orders until then.
I don't think Orochimaru gave him the order. I think Kimimaru just did that. Like, I don't think Orochimaru planned for Kimimaru to be in the Sound. I don't think Kimimaru just did that because he's Kimimaru.
Well, how did it
He just
go?
felt like it.
Wasn't it that Orochimaru is like, all right, Kimimaru is your new leader, and then Kimimaru shows up.
No.
Like, oh, that
Orochimaru's just like, no, Kimimaru's just like, with this, I become a part of you, Lord Orochimaru. He's just like, yes, everything can be ours, yours and mine. Will you come? And then he's like, yes, I will. And then he just turns around, looks at the Sound 4 who are watching, and says, obey me or die. Which do you prefer? And they're like, how about neither one? Orochimaru didn't tell him to do any of that. That was just Kimimaru who just looked at them and was like, yeah, I'm gonna be your leader.
I mean, if anything, I feel like that's even better. Orochimaru didn't even say anything. They're just beating up Kimimaru, who's unrelated in that regard.
Yeah. They just felt like fighting Kimimaru. They just didn't want Kimimaru to boss him around.
Oh yeah, Kimimaru, like, unassociated from Orochimaru.
What do you mean by unassociated?
Orochimaru had, like, nothing to say in regards to that matter. Kimimaru was just there.
Getting the curse mark and being told he was the vessel.
Yeah. Just there.
Okay, but did you think Orochimaru told the Sound Four to make Sasuke their leader just for him to be put in a coffin and immediately taken over because that was the original plan?
No, Kamui, I feel like you're being really difficult on this.
I'm just saying that in the anime continuity, I don't think Sakon and the others would have just let Sasuke be their leader. Not that it mattered anyway, because Sasuke was just asleep the entire time. I just don't know why they bothered to say it. Are they just like tricking him? Is that the plan?
I mean, you could argue it's trauma or whatever, but the fact that Orochimaru picked Kimimaro to be their leader, and then Kimimaro like proved himself.
Orochimaru didn't pick Kimimaro to be their leader.
No, to be his vessel is what I meant to say.
Okay. Okay, but you know what Sakon's thoughts about this are, right?
What?
Ugh. Why did Orochimaru choose this kid? Kimimaro is way better.
Yeah. I think that's okay.
So it doesn't seem like they think highly of Sasuke at this point.
That doesn't matter because they think highly of Kimimaro, who they think as is Orochimaru. And so they would think Sasuke is like Orochimaru as well.
But they don't.
Well, no, they're thinking lowly of Sasuke, not of Orochimaru.
That's not Orochimaru.
It's going to be.
Okay, but they didn't say you will become our leader in 3 hours when we get to the hideout and you become Orochimaru. It's you are our leader now.
But do you think they were in reference to Sasuke Uchiha or in reference to Orochimaru?
Well, the least assumptions answer would be Sasuke.
So let's just say Orochimaru died of a heart attack, and they all knew that during this scene exactly right now. What do you think they'd do?
Well, I think they would just beat up Sasuke for fun and not listen to his orders or whatever. But that's not what they say.
Okay, because you agree going face value based on what they say would be ridiculous.
That's the core of this discussion. Why I'm having it is because I don't think Sakon and Ukon would do what they're saying.
Okay, I agree with that.
Okay, so it sounds like you agree with it.
Just in a completely different way.
Maybe Dygo can tell us what he thinks when he reacts to this.
All right.
Assuming he does.
Yeah, but I do agree that in this hypothetical, they would not have Sasuke continue be their permanent leader or leader at all. It's only because of Orochimaru. Yeah. I think it makes
Kimimaro, maybe, because, like, no, they don't really have a choice in the matter, but...
Yeah, and I think it makes sense.
You keep saying that as you just... I don't know. It doesn't matter. I just might.
Here coming out of Sasuke.
It's like you have a problem with me feeling like it makes sense. It's like, no, Oodie, I have to debunk this because it doesn't make sense, and I need to prove it wrong. And anyone who thinks otherwise is wrong.
Okay. So I understand why you're saying that, but I am just going to say that is exactly what we do with everything in Super Vortex. So it is on brand.
Ignoring the extremity of the Troy situation, I feel like it's similar to that one.
In what way?
In the way I just described.
Well, from who on what perspective? Are you saying I'm being you with the Troy one, but less extreme?
Yeah, it's the same concept.
So you admit the Troy one? Oh my god! You know what? Thank you. Could play the episode. Okay, play the episode.
Okay, I just wasn't even thinking about what you said. I don't even. It's the same concept. That's all that matters, which is really what I was getting at there. I'm not even gonna bother thinking about the specifics of what you said, but whatever.
eye. That symbolizes his internal conflict, and also that he still has feelings towards Sakura and also for his friends and the village. The deeper relationship between the two that we developed in the rewrite makes that moment when Sasuke thanks Sakura just before punching her more impactful and emotional. Things continue to go the same way, and then we get to the 5-man rescue team.
Okay. This is so stupid.
Naruto's face here.
That as well, but would you consider
Shikamaru's
it
well.
overall more impactful and emotional if Sasuke cries and punches Sakura? Those two
Versus
things
the
that
hand
both
chop?
add and take away impact and emotion.
Well, I think his point was mainly the previous scenes of Sasuke and Sakura that he added with their bond, which that I would agree with.
But ignoring
But
that,
I definitely don't think Sasuke... The problem is we're just taking what he says so literally, but Sasuke crying as he just punches Sakura. It's too goofy. It's so goofy sounding that it takes away impact when it shouldn't.
yeah, just like wham, back in the head. It just decks her. Just goes flying. You just cut to him.
I'm thinking like when
It's like a
Hisoka
single
punches
tear.
Gon, like you remember the Hunter exam when Gon wants to give him his badge back and Hisoka punches him, sends him flying.
Yeah,
I'm like imagining that.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that's so good.
and Sasuke just crying, and then he walks away.
Yeah, I know. You know, of all people to do that tactic on, Hisoka probably was like the worst pick.
I'm not changing anyone on the rescue team because the way the arc is structured around those 5 guys is the closest thing you can get to perfection.
We called it, by the way. He's doing the 90% thing.
Yeah. So I'm just curious. Okay, I don't think he's gonna kill Choji, but if he does, you already know I'm gonna be so happy. And we're just gonna say our rewrite influenced it, even though his probably came up first. But that's besides the point. Actually, we can figure that out. How long?
2
was
years
this?
ago, over. He came up with it first. If he does it.
I mean, depends on when we came up. We're looking.
It was not
The podcast has
over
existed for over 2 years.
ago.
It could have been.
Okay, this came out July 24th, 2022. Have fun finding it wherever it is.
Well, if it's July 2022, that's 3 years ago, really. So then no.
Yeah, so,
This came
yeah.
out first.
Okay.
Okay, so I was going off 2 years because 2 years was possible.
You may have noticed that I'm
Either
not
way, we
really
didn't watch it
removing
up until
anything
this
from
point,
the arc.
but-
I'm
Yeah.
mostly adding some scenes, and that's about it. That's because this is one of the best arcs in the series, and it
Okay.
doesn't require a lot of changing.
He's
but
not killing
there
Joji.
will be a change in the team's
Oh.
mood prior to going into
Oh,
the
never mind.
mission because of the
You're
nature
just
of these
jumping into
rewrites.
anything now.
Sasuke has had many more interactions with the Konoha.
Just
11.
anytime he says the word Choji as the beginning of a sentence, you're like, ooh, ooh.
Yep. I don't think he's gonna do it, but if the off chance he does, we're gonna be excited.
So they are much more attached to him. It's not just Naruto who's a friend of Sasuke.
Okay, so is he just gonna remove Shikamaru's? I don't even like the guy.
I know. No,
So
I'm not
good.
gonna lie. Whereas I totally understand why he would want to add more of a bond between all of them. I really like Shikamaru's speech there. And I wouldn't change it.
Yeah.
I think it was really good for Shikamaru as a tuning too.
I was
That
gonna say
like
that,
it doesn't
yeah.
matter who he is.
I
He's
agree.
a leaf ninja, and so they're gonna treat him the same as anyone else.
I
Like
completely agree, because at that point, it's less about Sasuke and more about the mission and the team.
exactly. And for Shikamaru in particular,
It just works.
I think that's good.
Exactly.
Obviously for Naruto it's about Sasuke. For Choji, you could do a thing with the friendship, but in Choji's case, it was heavily about these friends. It's the people that he was in detention with. For
Yeah.
Kiba, it's largely the Akamaru stuff. Neji could be interesting because of the "your eyes are better than mine" thing, but
At that point, that's his relationship with Naruto, not with Sasuke.
Exactly. It's about Naruto and Neji, really.
Like, would he even say that line if he was that close to Sasuke? Yeah, Naruto, your eyes are pretty good, but, like, mine are even better. I'll go get him.
Yeah, like, Naruto, sometimes your eyes are even better than Sasuke's, but not as good as mine.
Instead of Shikamaru saying that he doesn't care too much about Sasuke, but he'll rescue him anyway because he's a comrade from the Leaf Village, Shikamaru will say, Sasuke and I fought together, and he was my captain once. Shikamaru then will remember when Sasuke saved him from Kurotsuchi's stone golem in the country of crystals. He saved my life once, and now it's our turn to save him. Furthermore, he
sounds like an abridged Shikamaru right now.
My life on this mission. Kiba, who now respects Naruto much more for defeating him and Neji in the Chunin exam, said,
okay, maybe he respected Naruto, but not because he defeated him. Would he respect Sasuke more in this case?
No.
Okay.
and when we bring him back, I'll return that punch to the face so he'll know not to do something stupid like this again. Sure. The arc then remains the same as in the original until Neji wins his fight against Kidomaru. We're going to add a scene after that. What I'm adding is something I find it very odd that Kishimoto didn't include in the manga. It's Rock Lee's surgery. In the original, it just happens off screen and we just see Lee arriving and kicking Kimimaru and all that. And I know this was done for the sake of suspense and surprise, but I'm adding a scene where we see Rock Lee entering the operation room, nervous as Shizune prepares Tsunadi's surgery equipment and Tsunade is getting ready as well.
So I forget, is Dygo using the anime or the manga continuity? Do we know?
Manga, mostly.
Are you sure, or are you just, like, going off of vibes?
Going off of vibes because, one, Dygo primarily complains about the anime, especially with filler and the added anime original extensions of things all the time. I seriously doubt he's doing it based on that.
Well, that would be
filler.
The
only thing that might include the anime is if an anime edition is something he really likes and he's just gonna copy it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he, like, hates the filler, obviously, but I feel like any, like, alterations to the canon during, like, canon episodes, maybe he wouldn't even be aware of. Even, like, does he know the difference between the 0-day versus 1-day difference of the Sasuke Retrieval arc in anime versus manga? The fact that in the anime it goes night to day.
I don't know, because honestly, I seem to, you didn't even realize that. Like, I just happen to know that because I was reading the manga chapter for whatever stream, and I realized that. I was like, oh my god, this is different from what I remember. But so I don't know exactly, but he does seem to be aware of a lot of small changes. Like, for example, I told you about this before. Minato versus Obito in the anime, he teleports like above Obito, then does the Rasengan afterwards, whereas in the manga, he and the Rasengan just teleport to Obito.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, that's not to say in the manga that's how it went. It could have gone in the manga like it did in the anime, just we didn't get to see it that way, or Kishimoto just drew it unintentionally like that.
But I feel like he just would have drawn it that way because, well, why not? It's just one extra panel, basically, and it would have visually depicted, and Kishimoto does things like that. Like, I feel like if that was his intent, he would have drawn it that way. He's not Ikimoto, so he would have done it, in my opinion, anyway. But I do agree it's possible.
Okay. But yeah, obviously the discrepancy between anime and manga matters for that 1-day difference of when Lee gets his surgery. Like, if he's getting it during the Neji fight, how is he ever?
That is a good point, though. I'm glad you're bringing that up because unless he wants to he could just rewrite when the surgery happens to be like a day sooner, but he hasn't said that yet. So,
yeah.
As far as we're aware, he's getting the surgery during the Neji fight, then somehow catching up before Kakashi does, even though Kakashi... When does Kakashi leave, anyway, exactly? Have the Sand Team left when... Oh, I'm gonna check right now.
It's
When
not
is
just getting the surgery. He hasn't started getting the surgery during the Neji fight. He's still awake before he goes unconscious to get the surgery during the Neji fight.
Yeah.
Then
They're
he
just
has
getting
to...
prepared right now. At the end of the Neji fight, we're getting this scene. So.
Then he has to get the surgery. Who knows how long that takes. Then he has to wake back up from the surgery and, like, get out of bed and probably do a little bit of regard, really, for a couple minutes or something. I don't know. And then he has to go after the Neji fight.
Well, it's also not for actually. Okay. So I was checking when Kakashi leaves during the Naruto and Sasuke fight, but here's my thing. If we're doing the surgery now, so he hasn't even started at the end of the Kidomaru fight. So there's a couple of like brief interactions with Sakon and Tayuya before the fights, but once they split off, you just have Naruto versus Kimimaro for a brief period before Lee shows up, and then during all that time, Tayuya versus Shikamaru, Kiba versus Sakon and Ukon. So if Lee is able to get the surgery, recover enough to just stand, and then run to the battlefield before Kimimaro kills Naruto, there's no reason Kakashi didn't get there in time with the Naruto Sasuke fight that lasts forever. Like,
so let me add on to that. Do you know around how long an average ninja fight is in Naruto?
no.
Okay. So you take this with a grain of salt. Okay, this is coming from Sage of Thick Cab, so I didn't find this myself, but and this isn't like a direct answer, but they do say that during the Sakura versus Ino prelim fight, wow, they've been going for 10 minutes already. That's way longer than normal, implying that 10 minutes is already like the high end of how long the average typical ninja fight lasts. And then,
to be fair, though, that could just be
I
in
agree.
reference to getting fights.
It's also just not something that I would be comfortable using in general anyways, but outside of
especially
that,
considering that the Rock Lee and Naruto fights just seem really long, and like other fights just seem to be doing that too. But
if you want to establish some kind of consistency, the only fight I think we know around the time limit of would be the Danzo fight, who is closing one eye per minute. Okay, how many eyes does he have? That's how many minutes that lasted. So
yeah, granted, he did turn it off for a brief period, but that fight was probably like 12 minutes or something.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a reference there. So have at least some kind of idea about how long these fights last. Ignoring that the fact that the Fourth Great Ninja War, at least especially that last day, was a continuous battle that lasted like 12 hours or something crazy. More like 10, but you get the idea.
Yeah, that's definitely an exception to the rule. But either way, like, well, my thing is mainly just that, like, I think Naruto and Sasuke's fun. I mean, I just don't think Rock Lee could have gotten the surgery, recovered enough to walk, and then ran all the way there in time to save Naruto versus Kimimaro if he's starting the surgery this late. You know,
Yeah.
it's just if he can do that, then Kakashi should have been able to show up, because Kakashi should only be getting there faster.
I mean, every fight, if you want to call this anime shenanigans or whatever, it seems like every fight started around the time the previous fight ended in the Sasuke Retrieval arc, for the most part, you know, maybe except for
the last three with Sakon, Tayuya, and Kimimaro.
Sure, yeah. But just generally, if we consider that, then the Sasuke Retrieval mission was like an hour long or so in universe time.
Well, in the manga, it does happen in that. Well, probably not an hour long. Probably not an hour long, but it did happen in one night.
Yeah.
Well, it finished in the morning the next day with Naruto versus. See, that's the problem though. This mission took several hours. It got dark and then relight again, and then in the anime, literally just over a day.
Well, they left in the morning in the manga, right? So what do you mean it got dark and relight again?
Oh no, that's right. Never mind. Hold on. You're right. Yeah, it's in the anime when they mention the shadows at night thing. Yeah, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah. So, and I mean, looking at the final valley, maybe we get like a shot of the sun. It's like noon or something.
Yeah, it did just take it. I mean, we don't know exactly how many hours, but
yeah, I mean, just using the 10-minute measurement. Okay.
Yeah, we also have to consider travel distance. Chirobo's Earth Dome prison, adds a bit of time to.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just say
when Kinomimaru's trapping him in webs for a few minutes before the Neji fight starts. Like, if you add those up, it's like extra 10 minutes each time. Or when Naruto and Shikamaru were messing around with Tayuya and, Kimimaru shows up, starts talking. If you just add each of these as 3 separate 10 minutes, okay, all right, like 2 hours now. But...
Okay, well, Kimimaru's not talking for 10 minutes, but let's just go through, let's just really quick, let's just do the math. We'll just do some general guesstimations. We'll just say every single thing is 10 minutes long, just for the sake of easiness. So, getting to the Sound Fork, let's just say it's 10 minutes, and then Jirobo's Dome, 10 minutes. It's not, but it's definitely less.
Well, no. It has to be longer, because the Sound Fork fought the Jonin, which has to be 10 minutes, and that's in the middle of the chase, so it has to be at least 20 minutes then.
Was that after Shikamaru had already left?
Yeah, it was while they were on the way.
Okay.
Because Kiba smelt like the other people and
okay,
stuff.
So we'll say that took 20 minutes.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so 20 minutes, and then Jirobo's Dome, let's say 10 minutes. It's definitely like 3, but we'll say 10. So that's 30 minutes, and we got the Choji fight while they're chasing after the others. That's 40 minutes in total. And then the next
Kinomimaru stalls with the webs and Blaze's game.
That's 50 minutes.
Call that 10 minutes.
The Neji fight as they're chasing after again for an hour. And then I guess you got the Sakon Ukon fight as they're chasing after Tayuya, so it's an hour and 10 minutes. And then I guess Kimimaru shows up and Naruto starts going away after Kimimaru. We'll say that chase while Shikamaru's fighting is another 10 minutes. That's what, an hour 20 minutes?
Something like that.
Okay, the Kimimaru speech is an hour and 30 minutes.
And then Kimimaru fights Naruto, hour and 40 minutes.
And then
fights showed up.
Rock Lee, hour and 50. And then I guess Naruto goes on, chases after Sasuke during the Rock Lee fight as the Sand 3 arrives. So that's like 2 hours. Then we'll say the Naruto versus Sasuke fight. We'll break it up into like 3 portions. Yeah, just to make it even.
Yeah, so 30 minutes.
2.5 hours for the whole Sasuke Retrieval mission. There you go. From 9 a.m. to noon.
Not even noon yet. Yeah, that's when Kakashi gets back home. Actually, though, Naruto talks to Jiraiya in the hospital, and the sun's only setting then. I think after he wakes up. It's still the same day.
That's crazy. And to think, on the map, the Sound Village is like as far as the Sand Village from the Leaf, right?
Which takes 3 days. Granted, though, the reason that Sand Village takes 3 days has to do with sandstorms and stuff.
Yeah, but it doesn't take 3 hours to get there. Normally. And keep in mind, that's stopping for fights along the way.
Well, to be fair, that wasn't to get to the Sound Village. That was just to the edge of the border. So then you have to still have to get to the Sound Village. But because for some reason, once Sasuke leaves the border, they're just not allowed to go after him anymore. Ugh.
Okay, but the Sound Village doesn't exist. So, like, doesn't matter. No village.
Yeah, so wherever Orochimaru's hideout was. I still don't get how Sasuke found it, but that's besides the point.
It could be that like Orochimaru covered like, hey, over here. Glad you can make it.
He's just jumping like, yay! He could have sent Kabuto out to look for him, but
I mean, something that is cool since they're referencing like fish swimming upstream in the novels, anyways. Maybe like Orochimaru's chakra like guided him or something.
Well, that's what I could say. Curse mark resonant shenanigans or whatever, but
yeah. But let's see if that's what Dygo did.
Tenten, Sakura, and Ino sit apprehensive outside of the surgery room awaiting for the result. Obviously, we don't see the actual surgery procedure, but this moment of anticipation is important. We had all the-
Oh, so Tenten's here, by the way. She just didn't go.
Yeah, just didn't feel like it.
Whatever.
build up with Rock Lee and Guy to have Lee
with
make
Ino.
the decision to undergo surgery.
Wait, real
and
quick,
that
real
was
quick.
great.
Why does that basket have Orochimaru's curse mark?
I was gonna say the 3 Tomoe Sharingan. I'm glad you paused so that I could say it.
Yeah. So what's your theory? Will
Well-
Dygo address it?
I have an even stupider thing. I thought this said like Ningendo path of effort in reference
Oh
to
my
the
God.
path of pain. I was like, what's that doing here? Foreshadowing?
Yeah. Ningendo path of the Ningendo path of effort.
That's if Naruto was the Ningendo path. Human path.
Yeah.
It's just that the surgery itself happens off screen, which I don't really like. Lee's arrival kicking Kimimaro and his role in the story for this arc remains the same. I'm just adding that quick surgery preparation scene. And I think that the fights in this arc
Yeah,
are
see, I just think he should have just
I'm not
done
really
that, like, I
changing
don't
any
know,
of them. I'm just
when
adding
they're in
one
Earth
small
Dome prison
thing
or
to
something, just earlier.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous that you're telling me that Tsunade did this whole surgery in the time that they talked to Kimimaro and he ran in there. Like, it's just too ridiculous.
I mean, this obviously doesn't make sense for obvious reasons. I think the best time ignoring obvious factors would have been the search for Tsunade arc should have been when he got his surgery.
Yeah, it wouldn't make any sense, but it gives him an arc to heal. I will also add, though, he might have forgotten. I know they don't show the scene of him in bed, but when they leave for the Sasuke Retrieval mission, they literally, like, I think it's I forgot who he talks to Neji, he talks to Sakura or something, with the thumbs up. He then just goes to get the surgery. Like, right after they leave, he starts walking back upstairs to get surgery. Like, we know that's what he's doing. It's not after the Neji fight. It's just immediately he's getting the surgery.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I prefer if that was him doing the recovery.
Yeah, like, you should have already had the surgery, so that way, his recovery makes a little bit more sense, but...
Yeah, actually, I thought it was that. Was it not that in the anime? Are you, like, sure?
Honestly, I kind of want to go check. I'll check the manga while you look for the anime, because I'm pretty sure they say something like he's gonna learn to walk upstairs. I think you're right, because I think like he's talking to Neji, and now he's gonna train to walk upstairs now.
Yeah. Let's see. What episode do you think this would be? Like 108?
Well, 101's Kakashi Sensei's true face.
10. Okay, it's gonna be around here. Yeah, right here. Okay. I have to mute it, but that's okay. I'll do face cam for this. And I'm on sub, so I'll get the subtitles. It appears that your operation was a success. All right, well, that was way quicker than I thought it would be. All right, so what do you think about that? How was that?
Yeah, I was just trying to say. I'm double checking for the
well, that's an anime only. I'm glad I remembered it right.
Okay, yeah. This is what I was gonna say. Okay, this is what I remembered. This I'll just send the one image. That's all we need. It's fine. In the okay, that's weird. Because I also I want to check this later scene now, because this is what I remember from the manga. I put it in the Discord chat. I feel like I remembered the scene that I posted in chat. If you go to look for it.
Okay, so where do you think that is?
Well, that's just, so this is right after they leave. Like, it cuts the Sasuke being put in the coffin or whatever. And then it's Tsunade talking to Lee, and they're like, all right, let's go do the surgery. This is before the Sound 4 have fought the Jonin yet. So it's right at the start. But I want you to, in the anime now, go... So
There's
where are
Imo
we right
Katetsu.
now? Okay, yeah, so go later in the episode.
Here's where
So what do you
Sakura
want?
wakes
110?
Yeah.
I'll just look at the same time. It might be 111, but I want to double check now to see if we also see that other scene, even though it would make no sense.
If anything, I'm going to check 109. Because I think it would obviously make sense to...
Okay, you can do that. I'm going to check 111.
Okay.
And we're going to figure this out.
Yeah, I'm just going to work my way backwards.
Okay, because based off the manga timing, it's going to be 111 if they include it.
They're not.
Okay, looks like they didn't include it here because they just go from Sasuke coffin to the Jonin.
I mean, you can still check the whole episode or whatever. I'm going to 108.
Wait, hold on. Here's her talking to... Hold on. Hold on a minute. Do they have captions? Okay.
Just listen to the subs. You can do the subtitles.
Okay, they just changed the scene, I think. There's just a scene of Tsunade and Lee as they're going to walk upstairs or whatever. He's thinking back. Okay. Doesn't look like they do that scene.
See, this is what happens
unless
when
they
you read
do
the
it-
manga. Should have stayed anime only. Superior product.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it's in 107 is when they have the scene.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, so the anime just changed that. I mean, the anime made more sense there. Not
Is
gonna lie,
is that scene like a whole scene in the manga or just like that one page? Because they're having
No,
a whole scene here.
it's a whole scene.
Okay, yeah, because Tsunade's like, why are you so fixated on being a shinobi, which is so cool.
Yeah, all that was in. I just sent the one page. But yeah, this whole conversation
Okay.
is in the manga, and it's right before the Jonin meet the Sound 4.
Yeah. Want to return as soon as I can after the surgery. So, ...
Yeah, but this is how I remembered it. Like, he already had surgery before they even leave.
You won't die if you give up being a shinobi. Yeah. Okay, I remember the scene, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was sorry, I thought that was in the anime. Just way early.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, everything here. Sarutobi Sensei, sure enough, you were a wonderful Hokage. This
Yeah.
village, promising children are brought up.
This is all in the manga.
Does Tsunade actually say it's time for the surgery, though? I can't
assume so.
find it.
Just go to the end of the scene. It's the last part. She starts walking forward coolly. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, she does.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Okay. Surgery is in the afternoon. All right, we have a timeline for it now.
Actually, hold
What day
on.
is
Wait
it?
a second.
This
Okay,
is on
she
the
doesn't say
same day that
afternoon
Sasuke
here.
wakes up. And so Sasuke
Yeah, okay.
leaves
It
the
just
next day.
says,
So a day early.
in the manga, it just says, let's go. You're preferred to face it, right? But
Okay. Yeah, so the Lee surgery happens a day early in the anime, which I prefer, obviously, for obvious reasons.
oh yeah, obviously that makes more sense. But okay, but here's the crazy part. Dygo made it later. I kind of wonder if he forgot about the scene of them saying like, let's go start the surgery or not. But like, he put it. So this happens, at the beginning of the mission. He put it after the Neji fight. Would not have done that.
I need to know why.
Yeah, why did you do it so late? Like, if anything, I would do it even earlier than the anime. Obviously, the way it works out is that it happens on the same day as, like, Sasuke. Lee's and Guy's conversation happens the same day as Sasuke fighting Naruto on the rooftop and all that. So, like, I get it. It really couldn't happen much sooner. But, like, yeah, I would have done it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
That said, it's still ridiculous that Lee went from barely being able to walk upstairs like as they're already on the mission to just sprinting across the world.
Also, didn't you say that you didn't say this, but you said something like it wasn't this, but Tsunade is healing Sasuke.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I still say that's the reason they went to go get Sasuke. Or Tsunade. One of the reasons. There was always an intention.
Yeah, Naruto wants to do that.
Well, yeah.
I'm confused.
Well, yeah,
but again,
you're always like, oh, it's because they're searching for the Hokage.
Naruto wants Tsunade to heal Sasuke. Jiraiya doesn't tell Naruto that until after Sasuke's knocked out. But they're already on the way to see Sasuke because Jiraiya's going to get Tsunade for Hokage. He tells Naruto, come along, we're gonna go find a girl, I'll teach you some new jutsu. Naruto's like, oh yeah, cool, jutsu, ah! And then Sasuke gets knocked out, and he's basically like, oh, screw your girl, Jiraiya, we gotta heal Sasuke. And then Jiraiya's like, well, actually, this girl can heal him.
Well, yeah, but that's after. But you're saying that they were searching for Tsunade before that, even though they're still in the village when Itachi invades. They're not searching for her in the village that they know she's not in.
That's not in the Leaf Village. That's in the Kansaku, whatever, outskirt thingamajig village thing. That's not the Leaf Village.
It's still in the village, in my opinion.
No, it's not. It's not in the village. It's a different place.
Well, I disagree. And I don't care if you prove me wrong.
Well, okay. So you're wrong.
Well, I don't think
you just
so.
Don't care. Well, no. You think so, you just don't care.
No, because you still haven't proven it. And I refuse to look at your proof.
Okay, it's like, would you like me to real quick? It wouldn't be that hard. You know what? Since we're talking about it, fine. I will.
Okay, so why do Itachi and Kisame leave the Leaf Village after invading it to go find Naruto?
They leave the Leaf Village because Naruto wasn't in the Leaf Village.
Okay, and Sasuke?
Sasuke left. Wait, what?
Yeah, why'd Sasuke leave the Leaf Village?
To go find Naruto.
Yeah? How do you know where Naruto was?
He asked around until he found him. He got lucky.
Okay, so why didn't they?
Actually, I think he may have heard from Alba, where they went or some shit like that. But
no, he definitely only heard that Itachi's in the village, so he's definitely looking in the village.
The red light district in Hima is where they stopped by. Doesn't say anything about the village.
Why can't that be in the village?
But also, that's in the manga thing, and they definitely have a much better sounding word for this place. In the anime, they said something that made a little bit more sense to the English person.
Why can't the red light district
called it a place.
be in Konoha?
It's not, though.
Why?
It's just literally a different place.
But what makes you say that?
Whatever they said in the anime. Oh, yeah! Oh, the ramen guy says that Naruto is going to leave town to the hotel town. Oh my god, to the hotel town is where they went. That's the name of the town, the hotel town. Oh, and Naruto says, what a strange town, as he does the Sakon Demon Twin Jutsu. He's not gonna call it a different town if it's in the same village, bro.
Well, he said he's going to.
No. He's in. Naruto has a line of dialogue. What a strange town, as he does the Sakon Demon Twin Jutsu.
Well, clearly it's not that far away, so Sasuke can get there immediately.
Well, I never said it was far away. I just said they left the village.
So do you think they were within the chakra sensing bubble of Konoha?
No.
I think they could be in the northern part of Konoha. That,
it's
above
not Konoha.
The Hokage
It's a different
head.
village just near the Leaf Village. It's an outpost village.
You know, I feel like you want it to be this way.
Oh, whereas yes, because we're arguing about it, I think this is the case. So why I'm mentioning all of it.
But which do you think would be better?
I don't think it makes a damn bit of a difference.
So there was just no reason for Itachi to go to Konoha.
Well, do you want to use the Shippuden reason?
The
Shippuden reason is a valid reason to go to Konoha. But...
Okay, did Hidan and Kakuzu go to the waterfall village and realize Fu wasn't there?
They just knew she was in the Sand Village for some reason in the filler. And then in the manga, we have no idea.
Okay, so how did Itachi learn that Naruto's not in the village?
Genjutsu information gathering?
Okay. It just makes no sense to me that it's not in the village.
Why does it make no sense?
Because that's the whole point of Itachi invading the village.
Well, it's not actually the point, it's his fake point. I mean, I'm also just going to add, Oodie, I'm going to add as well that even if you think, like no matter what, Itachi can't see where Naruto is. No matter how you slice it, he had to do some, like, genjutsu asking around nonsense to find him. Again, like, he's not, he doesn't know, he doesn't see, he's not standing on the telephone pole, seeing Naruto inside a telephone pole, inside a hotel room. Like, he had to do some information gathering to do this, so...
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Don't you think we would have seen Itachi leave the village, though?
Kind of do. You see him just sitting on some cliffside with Kisame. Not really in the village when he does that.
It's also just ridiculous writing-wise for them to do that at all.
That's for who to do what?
For Naruto to leave the village and Itachi to leave the village. It just happened in the village.
You can say that. Oh, well, also, here, you know what? Hold on. Let me share my screen for a quick second. I hope this will just settle it for you. They haven't even gotten to the town yet. This is not in Konoha. They're in the middle of nowhere. Some dirt road.
Well, yeah, like you said, they're not even in another town yet.
Yeah, they haven't even gotten to the town. They're definitely left Konoha.
Okay, but you know that forest that Naruto fights Delta in?
That's on the outskirts of Konoha.
It's still in Konoha.
The edge. Okay, so this could be them leaving Konoha to get to a new village, then.
Okay, but that means they're still within the chakra bubble here.
Well, that depends on whether... Well, I don't think so, because, again, if this is the forest where Delta is, they're beyond the forest. So, either way, I think you want it to be that way, but I don't think that is the case. They just haven't gotten... This is where they finally get to. What a strange town.
I mean, I'm fine with Naruto saying that. Considering I wouldn't consider Konoha a town in the first place.
Do you know, Oodie? This is the face I'm making towards you right now.
Would you consider Konoha a town?
No, I consider it a village.
Okay. Then I would consider towns within the village.
I mean... I'm not going to act like I know how village versus town works, but I don't think villages have towns within them.
I mean, it's definitely a big village.
I agree. And it has districts, but I don't think it has towns.
Do you think, from where Naruto was, he could see the Hokage stone statues?
No.
How far out of sight were they?
I don't know, but pretty far.
Can't be that far. Sasuke got over there in a jiffy.
Well, you know what? So did Rock Lee getting to the sound. So maybe it wasn't really that much of a feat for Sasuke.
But not in the anime.
All right, go ahead and share your screen. Well, even in the anime, he still got there pretty fast, but
Well, he is a speedster, so I'm okay with it.
even though he's barely able to walk upstairs.
To be fair, we don't know when Lee left. So he could have left like 2 minutes after or something crazy. If anything, he was slower considering the others stopped to fight.
Depends on when he left.
Yeah, there you go.
2 fights. The first one being Kiba versus Sakon. What I'm adding here is a moment of redemption for Kiba after he was just a jerk with Naruto all the time. Even though he's been changing because he lost to Naruto in the Chunin exams, this moment should serve to solidify his redemption and make him a better guy. When Ukon invades Kiba's body, Kiba's counter was to stab himself to damage Ukon with him, which is a pretty badass move actually. In the rewrite, Kiba hesitates to do that, but then he thinks about Naruto not giving up when they both fought in the Chunin exams and how Naruto persevered and defeated him. As he sees Naruto's determined fate.
So I'm not gonna lie, the visuals here 90% of the time just don't make sense. It looks like Naruto's being punched, not like slashed. Yeah.
Up when they both fought in
Oh,
the
I know,
training
I
exams
agree.
and
He's
how
getting
Naruto
punched, not
persevered
thrashed.
and defeated him. As he sees Naruto's determined face in his mind's eye, he mumbles, "Thank you, Naruto. I won't lose here either." And then he stabs himself, surprising Ukon, just like in the original. It's nothing.
I don't
Man.
think, okay, in character, I don't think Kiba would say thank you, Naruto. I think he'd be like, huh, I'm not losing to that idiot, and then doing it.
I could see him saying thank you here since he is being pushed to be like more genuine.
Genuine, actually, yeah.
Yeah. I would say that, what kind of nerd separates between Sakon and Ukon so specifically like this, but Kamui's right here, so I can't do that. Because Kamui would say, "No, what do you mean? How could you? Oh, Sakon versus Ukon, they're so specific." I don't know, something.
Yeah, hold on a minute, Oodie. Are you trying to say you don't know the difference between Sakon and Ukon?
That is not what I said.
So what are you trying to say?
I'm saying that Dygo is being a nerd here by specifying which one is Sakon and which one is Ukon.
No, you're just being stupid by not doing that.
That is one interpretation, but thankfully there are others that aren't yours.
I'll give you that. There are others, but the others are wrong.
Well, that is one interpretation.
You're just looking for an excuse to be wrong. Be okay with it.
Well, I wouldn't be looking for an excuse to be wrong.
Well, you are.
Well, first of all, no, because that isn't what you said. I'm blatantly leaving off the end of what you said because you paused there. Either way.
Nothing too grandiose, but a nice moment of Kiba acknowledging Naruto and using him as an inspiration to do something that requires a lot of courage. The other addition will be to the Naruto versus Sasuke
Okay,
fight
I was wondering
in
if
the
you were
Valley
gonna
of
change
the
this.
End. When Sasuke
Perfection.
is using the second stage of the curse
Let's
mark
go.
and Naruto is using the one-tailed QB
And they
cloak,
fight.
right before they clash their Chidori and Rasengan, they have a brief conversation on the foot of the Hashirama
Okay.
and Madara statues in the original. It will go about the same way here in the rewrite, but I'll add some things to that conversation. Sasuke will say, "Did you know this place is called the Valley of the End, the border of the Land of Fire? This is the perfect setting, isn't it, Naruto? It's as though destiny itself wanted us to fight here. You, the
So, you would agree, whatever town that Naruto was in when Itachi found him was in the Land of Fire.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay. So it's owned by the feudal lord.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's it.
Yeah, so... And Konoha's feudal lord is that one.
Yeah,
There you go.
you're not helping your case.
Well, there you go. I just put some logic together.
logic that didn't help your case at all.
The son of a Hokage, standing
Yeah, you're just being overly difficult.
next to him. Sasuke points to Hashirama's
Want
statue.
me to
the
like
first
bow
Hokage,
down
and I-
like the universal pull?
I'm sorry that I'm just not as mean as you are.
No, you're not. You're meaner.
Oh.
You're right. You're not as mean as me. You're even worse. All right, rewind it so I can actually pay attention to what he's saying.
Kamui, that was a mean thing of you to say.
That was a meaner thing for you to say.
Okay, let's listen.
wanted us to fight.
Rewind it.
here.
Rewind it.
You-
was
I
paying
did.
attention to what he said for the
So he's
last,
saying
like,
this
minute.
Final Valley thing. He wants us to fight his destiny. Here, I'll rewind it again.
No, but what was before that?
It's the same thing he said.
Oh, I forgot to grab my charger. Shoot, 1 second.
Oh my god, cover. Well, chat, how are we doing? Hopefully he's yeah, already okay. Caught up on chat. 6.5 hours in. 5 a.m. We want to go to bed, and hopefully Kamui's ready to continue. All right, ready to continue?
Well, I did say it was back.
Well, that wasn't a yes, but I'll take it as a yes.
Boruto.
Yes,
It's as
that's what I
though
want you to
destiny
do.
itself wanted us to
Okay,
fight.
okay. I didn't comment on this earlier. So you know how like the leaf headband is like in the leaf logo, anyways, is in the middle of the headband.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, first of all, so we're at
Look how
11:54.
big it is in this scene that you have covered
Exactly.
up.
Okay, I didn't notice this one earlier, but that is ridiculous. My
So goofy.
goodness. But here, look at how high up it is.
I know. And how small by comparison. This is the same arc, by the way.
Like, what happened? Like, it looks pretty normal here, but jeez.
Why is it so different?
Okay,
It's just the headband keeps changing.
I have a stupid interpretation. Because in Daigo's rewrite, this is Sasuke's dream. That's why. It's just off. It's actually intentional.
Us to fight here. You, the son
Okay,
of a
real quick.
Hokage,
I'm
stand-
sorry to say that. I'm sorry I'm doing this. But I think the best thing to do is to just I think the best thing I can do is just go find an image real quick. And I'm gonna laugh at how stupid. I'm gonna laugh how stupid this is. But
At 5 a.m.
I said on purpose by how stupid this is.
Keep in mind,
But-
Kamui, in 6 hours from now, it will be 11 a.m.
So, if you go to chat, this is what Sasuke's curse form reminds me of. The Hex Girls from Scooby Doo.
Scooby-Doo? Yep, I was gonna say Hex Girls.
That is Sasuke's curse mark.
Oh, I just
He's a
spit
Hex
all
Girl.
over my microphone.
I've been wanting to say this for a long time. Just finally had the perfect timing memory to do this.
It's her hair with her mouth with her eyes.
Yeah, just gotta get the
Okay.
color scheme right.
Okay,
There's the
you're
Hex
gonna hate that I'm doing this, but we're gonna combine the three.
Girl. Wait, share your screen to whatever you're doing.
Oh yeah. Okay.
We should use the image blender.
Oh god, I don't even know how that would work for this.
Just use a regular Sasuke and the Hex Girl and see if it gets you Curse Mark Sasuke's design.
Stupid. We'll just take the eyes. Okay, hopefully actually take them both here. Okay. That way we don't have to deal with the wonky proportions. God.
Oh my god.
Okay, that looks pretty accurate though. That's pretty close already.
Yeah.
Next, let me just get rid of her eyebrows just to make that a little bit more obvious. Ignore the discoloration. It's close enough. That's good. Gonna have to do some shadow there, but that's okay. Okay. Now for the hair. Oh crap. That's okay. I can actually just. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Oh my god. Okay. There. Okay, let me just take a screenshot of this. Close this. Open it again. Okay. Now I can do this. Oh, that's already so close. What I want. There we go. So just ignore the fact that it has hoops in the ear area. Oh, that almost aligns so perfectly. It's so
God,
good.
that's so funny. Now that's like. Oh my god.
Okay.
That looks so funnily good.
Just a little bit up. There we go. A little bit more higher. Can we just do it from down here? You know what? I'll keep the hand. Okay, here. You know what? I know how to do it.
The person on the right, it's like Franklin from Hunter x Hunter looking.
Oh, that was cut. Okay, let me magic select instead. I'm just gonna get rid of her entirely.
Oh, if you're gonna do that, then I would have kept the other hand for the stroking.
Oh, why did the hand mess up here? Oh, because it's already messed up. That makes sense. Okay. Let me just generally do this real quick then. Let's get this color.
Eyeball.
Go away. There we go.
I think it's funny with the eyeball. Just
This hand is still annoying. Here, I can just deal with this real quick. This is totally worth it, I promise. Oh, that's okay. I can't even get into it. See, this is why the magic select tool is weird sometimes. The layering nonsense that I hate. There we go.
Oh, wait, get the other hand back in the photo, though. If you're gonna bother doing it with this hand, you might as well have done it to the other hand.
Too late.
Like, to the point that I don't know why you're bothering without this hand.
I'm almost done at this point. Ignore that this will look a little bad, but that's okay. There, I fixed it. Because this is totally in the pose of Sasuke's hand. There, it's all the same color. God. And another time we should color this, but not today. Let me just also.
I want to do the image blender thing on base Sasuke and the Hex Girl and see like what was the website we used for that?
We could probably find that again easily.
Open art, maybe. Okay.
Probably.
Can you get me a good base Sasuke image?
Yeah, I'll just use the one that Dygo had. Assuming I don't even have one myself. I probably do. There we go. That looks better. Okay, let me get this Okay. Just gonna put this in art just to save it. Shout out that great art. Pretty cool. Okay. Now. Oh, it's not the same one. Does he have that one? The one where Sasuke doing the hand thing? He doesn't. That's okay. We'll just use this, I guess. Just turn caption off. Okay. Let me also just double check. Go here. See if there's any good Sasuke's.
I mean, specifically, which hand thing are you referring to anyway?
When he does the same hand thing in this form, I think like at the same moment, right?
Well, I don't know if you're referring to like the "well, wasn't that nice of them" thing, or a different thing.
I mean, he definitely also does it there. But I thought it was around the time when he does this silly evil laugh. He does like a pose like this. Like I can just see
I feel like I remember you talking. I mean, we can just go look.
Yeah, around when he does this. I think like it's even during this animation when he does this. It's like upwards look of like ha 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 whatever.
I think you're right. No, let's just go find in the anime real quick.
Go ahead. Okay, fine. Since you make me do everything.
Well, I'm gonna go look for the "well, wasn't that nice of them" one. What episode would that be? Like 125 or something? 128? Wow, I was right. 129.
128, 129.
That's too far.
Okay.
That's right, 128.
Oh, okay. I got it. It's not the exact same, but close enough.
Okay, I see what you're doing. Let's see if he opens his hand. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go get a screenshot of, well, wasn't that nice of them? You're gonna do it. Sasuke, just do it already. Man, this is a long episode. What does he say it?
Literally only us in the entire world care about stuff like this.
Okay, there's him turning around. What is he? Oh my god. What is he doing?
Watching it 2x speed.
I'm done fooling around. Okay, thanks. What the hell? Was this scene dub only?
At least you're watching the
Oh
captions.
my god, the website's being stupid. I don't understand. It just shows him walking, but not him turning around. Okay, this has to be it. There, Jesus Christ.
Got it.
Okay, let's gotta catch it at the right moment now. Okay. So unnecessarily oh, that's right. I gotta. Hold on. Get it prepared in advance. Oh, it's gonna be so annoying. Yeah, I feel like Sasuke talking to Sakura right now.
Oh my god. I also want to say that even if he's not doing the hand thing, his hand is in like the opposite of the pose, and his hair is in like the perfect position in comparison. Almost.
Oops.
At least he's in the perfect position almost. Yeah, it's like the same thing basically.
After all this, it better just let me do the image blender. So which one should I make as the first image and which the second? I think the composition will be base Sasuke and the styles Hex Girls, right? That makes sense. Okay.
Okay. Do you want to share your screen?
Sure. So I don't know if this is the same website that we were using. I don't remember which one we used, but
Well, we definitely used one of them.
Something that looked a lot like this. The question is, what percentages? We'll try 50-50. Sign up to create for free. I sign in.
Okay, I'm gonna stop watching for a minute, but...
Sign into the Walky Talky Gmail.
Okay, well, let me know when I can look again.
You can look again, and let me just try researching Image Blender. Because now that it's done that, it got me off of the Image Blender thing. Right,
There we go.
try this again. It says I have 40 credits again, so I guess it resets after a while. Because I remember we used them all up that one time.
Yep, probably like once a month, if I were to guess.
Okay. Only 2 credits for this. Okay. So we don't want any of these. Okay, so this should just be right. I hope. Okay, I know.
Oh, we're using AI. Ooh.
So now we just gotta see how close this Sasuke is to the curse mark Sasuke.
God.
What are the odds? This actually just looks pretty good.
Pretty high.
Should see Sasuke's Halloween costume.
It might mess up because the other 2 figures.
I know. The problem is, I can get other images of like the Hex girls. I thought with this one maybe, but like wherever it is, that was the best picture though. Like this one is the best one.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to use this one, but without the girls, and now I can cut it out so that her hands aren't there, and that might be the best way to do it. If this one fails, I'll just do this as a backup. Much of her without the other girls. You just won't have the hand things in that case. It'd be really funny if it gives Sasuke boobs.
Oh my god.
Actually, unironically, it might happen.
Did you see Paradox's Sarada earlier?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
Not Sarada.
It was ridiculous. Okay.
Okay. Definitely added in the other characters, so I'll try it again without them.
Yo, Sakura Nukon right there.
This actually isn't too far off.
Man,
now I'm gonna try it again.
See how I
with a
combined a Sakon and Nukon there? And see how Dygo doesn't do that? And he specifies which one is which. Well, don't forget to post that. I
will.
This one as well. Okay.
I just have to.
Just making sure. What's the second one there? Is that also
I'll do
a
both.
variant? Okay. We'd have to go back and label so many different things. It's probably worth it.
Okay,
I like how that just like looks like Megamind. Maybe like the genie from Aladdin.
Sasuke's a genie. Okay. Oh my god, Firefox. Stop. Okay. Alright, just undid that, but that's okay.
Oh, here we go.
Try it again.
To varying results.
So I'm just going to keep it at 50-50 again because we got to see how it is without the other girls in the background, which this is ridiculous. It's not going to do gone.
Oh, you can find
the genie from Aladdin.
Megamon.
This is Jugo.
No, that's Maharaga.
Yeah, Maharaga. This is Junpei.
That looks like Orochimaru, kinda.
Kind of. This looks like dude, this is a Pokemon. I forgot the name of it.
I think I know which one, like the forest nature one.
Who is this? This is Knuckles, but like ugly. I don't know who this is.
Oh no, one of the girls from like that he music video or whatever. What happened? Who is that?
I was hoping for another blue one.
Okay, well there you go. It did the thing.
It's got worse. Well, already do it with the other image again.
Ugh.
Okay. Let's change the strength though. What should the strength be?
Remember, you can also do it in the reverse order.
We can, yeah.
Hex girl that looks like Sasuke.
So in this case, should I up the strength of the Hex girls or up the strength of Sasuke, you think?
Well, which one do you want it to look like more?
Well, I do both.
I think that would just keep the ratio the same, but
But what does it do?
well, again, it probably just keeps the ratio the same, but you can try it anyways.
Here, let's just try more Hex girl.
Okay. 100 is absurd, by the way. But
So let's try the reverse order.
okay.
Hex girls with Sasuke.
Go.
And I'll do it with the solo one after. It's such a waste of time. Dygo, when he sees this, is gonna be like, what are they doing?
Oh, we're definitely calling us out. Should this be members only? Ugh.
Probably.
Okay. I mean, it's getting that Hex Girl vibe, that's for sure.
Yeah. I want this. So far, this is the best one. Though,
Yeah, I agree.
I think. This just looks like Chris Martin. I don't know where the blue came into this, but it just worked.
Well, Sasuke's hair is blue.
I know. I don't know why it made it blue there. It just did.
I love the background refusing to get rid of the different characters.
Ooh.
Here we go. Yeah, that's just too Hex Girly. It's just with Sasuke's colors.
Yeah, I gotta up the Sasuke influence.
Yeah.
For sure. I could try with less Hex Girl influence.
Yeah.
The way after. But...
Well, again, you did bump it up to 100. That is still absurd. Maybe like a.
No, I was gonna say I could try like 25 next time, so it's like minimal. That's so stupid.
I know.
One single stunning images. Try the reverse order again, but with higher Sasuke influence.
Now here we go. It's a new one, but it's still very Hex Girly. And it just doesn't look Sasuke-y enough.
Yeah, I think you have to go the other way with it.
Yeah. Kind of figured that would happen.
I just don't know how I can get this again, but like a little bit more.
But hey, I mean, if that's the best one, that one's still good. I'm happy with that.
I know. It proves the point at the very least. Do we need to save all of these, by the way, or just like the best ones?
Gosh.
This just feels like you know in Super Smash Bros. If you play teams, you have like the red team, the blue team, the green. This is like the blue team.
Okay, it's doing something there.
Not a whole lot, other than those.
It's getting closer though.
Okay.
Realizing that Sasuke is the figure here. Yeah, it's mostly just.
Okay, I'm gonna try it again with
up.
just the one hex girl in the same ratios.
Yeah. Realistically, it would help a lot if we just blanked out the background in both images, since that is messing with it, but either way.
Whereas, I completely agree. I think the background is the sole reason we got this blue hair in the first place. But yeah, otherwise it just would be like these ones.
Yeah.
Black and red. But I agree. It would help. Maybe we probably could just. What the hell?
Shout out Ludopig.
They also updated this. You can do a couple of cool things I saw that was new.
Okay.
I forgot what it was specifically, but I remember something. Oh yeah, you could add back if it messed up. That just worked.
Cool.
But like if you if you wanted to get rid of some, like you could like add some of it back, which you couldn't do before.
Cool. I mean, you could just press the back button, but yeah, I get the idea.
No, like like you could just use your mouse and recolor in something over transparentized.
Yeah, that's cool.
The only downside though was when you do the transparent thing, it'll make like a little border around it, which looks cool. But when you add back color for whatever reason, so let's see if I can just show you real quick. I have to do this. I think this is just, yeah, so you do this. But when you do this tool, it'll add like a different white outline that's just really pronounced. Yeah. It's not like a big deal, actually. I'm like overstating what it's like, but it does do that.
Okay. Oh, I'm about to see it in action. But yeah, I've never seen it used like this. This is cool. I'm glad this is good.
Yeah, this is new. This is really handy though, because a lot of times when I would do this, if it just didn't work, I would just give up and do it a different way, which would be like manual. Mm-hmm. This is pretty handy. Yeah. Be able to do this.
Do you have to fill it all in?
No, yeah. Well, any part you want anyway. I could make the cursor bigger, but I don't feel like finding it right now.
That'd be cool if it did like an autofill feature.
I know, I agree. That would be pretty handy. If you could just select the area. But I wouldn't be surprised if it eventually gets there. Stuff like this is kind of annoying because you can't really tell until you start doing it.
Yeah.
I'm doing way more work than I should be, but whatever.
It's also to the right of her left arm, like where her boob thing is.
Yeah, I was a little bit confused on what this is.
No, not there, not there. If you can undo that. Please tell me that doesn't mess it up. Don't bother. I don't want to risk it.
I'll just fill in the little loop-de-doo now.
So what I was saying,
this thing?
No. Right there, yeah. And under. Yeah, right there. All that. There you go.
Bro, it's all... Why did it transparentize this, like, partially? It didn't fully do it. It just did it in part. Like, it made it, like, slightly see-through for some reason.
Well, yeah, maybe it knows women's clothes are sometimes partially see-through.
Yeah, it's trying to say... It did this for Mellow.
No, it's not dirty enough for that.
Yeah, this isn't enough for his OnlyFans.
Just awful.
I feel like I really wish I could just undo that,
Oh,
but
no.
nope, you can't. That's the worst part about it.
There we go. You could probably remove it here, though, right?
I could.
If you just like click on
I
it.
just. Well, at the very least, I can do this.
Yeah, that works too. Wow, look at you. You've got good at this tool. I'm glad. There you go. Look at you go.
Yeah, I don't know how to use your Microsoft Paint, whatever thing, but I can do this.
To be fair, I use both. But I haven't used this one nearly as much at all recently.
All right, after all that. See how these look.
Okay, clothes are interesting. Okay.
Let's try it again with the transparent one. Oh my god.
Now this one should be interesting. Hopefully it doesn't just do a color swap, but it probably is based on how this app works.
Let's do 50-50.
All right.
I really just want to get something like this again.
And, also,
yeah, while we're at it,
are they facing the same direction, or should you flip one of them? Because that might also affect
they're
things.
not. I don't know how much that will influence it.
I mean,
Do
definitely
you have
the
an
colors.
easy way of doing that for me?
Just send it in chat. Do it real quick.
What I'm gonna do is make the Sasuke Hex Girl transparent, though.
Okay. A-Station's headed to bed.
Okay, bye, Station.
Oh, is this? Okay, you already sent in chat. I'll reverse the Hex Girl. Slowly but surely. Oops.
Well, you want to see the new versions? Sasuke's looking pretty girly.
Okay. Here is the updated Hex Girl. Facing the other way. Oh my god.
Okay, while we're at it, do you want to
That looks so good.
I'll put these in chat. Because for some reason it just is working better with the 3 people one. Do you want to make that transparent and see what happens?
Okay.
And flip it the other way after?
Sure. We already have that one, right? Do I not?
Not transparentized.
I meant the image itself.
All right. Well, I'm definitely editing this background.
Maybe I didn't. Oh god, look. They're so stupid. Why do we do this to ourselves?
I just don't know who would have said this to and be like, Sasuke Curse Mark 2. They'd be like, who can we troll? They say, Kishimoto put out a new Sasuke Curse Mark 2 art.
Or no, Ikimoto did a fan art.
Yeah, this is a one of those fan submissions. Ikimoto's calling it Sasuke Curse Part 2.
So you want all three of these characters transparentized?
Yeah, but like I want the image, but like it's just the three people without the background. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure though the background is the reason we got this one to work, but
well, we're about to find out. As soon as I finish this all here, get this.
I really can't get over how good this one actually is. I just only think when you isolate it. No, I'm not gonna lie. I think it would have been easier if I just really quickly got rid of the most of the background and then retried the background filter, but whatever.
There we go. Let's see. Oh, no. Okay, that's gotta be there. Otherwise it freaks out. And get that eyebrow. It's annoying because I have to like double check if it's all right. Like whenever I do an edit. Because it can sometimes mess up like everything. But it looks good. Okay.
I love it when these tools just work perfectly without having to do all this shit.
That's good.
You know, when thought to speech comes out, can I just like describe to it what I'm isolating and it'll just know?
There we go.
All right, I think that's pretty good. Even if it's ridiculous.
And I'm working on getting it transparentized. And I'm almost done. Just have to now set the canvas to transparent and save. Okay. Just gonna put this in general chat.
Wasting all this time.
Oh, I forgot to flip it. Here, you want me to flip it really quick? Let me flip it.
Yeah.
Anyone who views what we're doing like randomly tomorrow morning or whatever, it's gonna be so confused.
Yeah. I isolated Sasuke.
Okay. Here is them flipped. Nope, that's not flipped. Oh, because I have an update here. Ah, it's gonna be flipped.
So I'm gonna try a couple things next.
Was it already flipped?
I'll
No,
try
it
it where only one has the background, the other's transparent. See how that
Weird, it
influences
just
things.
didn't flip for some reason. Okay, we just do it again then.
Did you want to make one of just the regular one flipped, by the way? Can you do that? Like the one with the background flipped as well?
Oh, I guess, yeah. Can we do that?
Then I'll be able to test what I want to test here. I have to get them flipped.
Okay.
What does chat think about what we're doing? Well, AJ the Legendary King, hi!
We're making Sasuke.
Yeah.
Welcome to our art stream, where we art.
Where are we? Arty, while we...
Tardy!
While we smarty.
Yeah. I like tardy because we're being so late on this Dygo thing.
Oh my god, I know. Also, way later than we want to stay up.
And we're absolutely doing it to ourselves.
No, it's Dygo's fault for showing that image of Sasuke. He did this to us.
Here we go. All right. Back in action. I haven't seen the big image of it yet, but the two new images of Sasuke look like a girl version of Madara.
Oh, I know. I'll show you those in a minute.
Or like maybe Tamari with black hair. I don't know.
Stop, Firefox. Why?
Nico
Thank
does.
you. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
This one I like. This is Superwoman Sasuke right here.
Put that in the art. Or I guess this works too.
All of these should go in art, but
Only the like actual like the ones that you're like morphing together, not my random ones that are like for this. There's so many things. Who made the hot takes tab? Nobody uses that. Oh, right. I think because people were badgering someone. I think me to make it. I might have made it. I'm going to delete that.
I blame Space.
Right.
Feels like something he would have done. Just for the hell of it. I'll copy these.
I feel like to a degree, we don't even use the JJK topics tab.
There's another JJK tab. I don't know why there's two of them. It always throws me off though, because I don't know which one to look at.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
This was both closer and further.
That's pretty good. I like that it's making Sasuke into a girl.
Just one open slate part for chest. This one kind of looks like a blend of Sakon and Tairia.
With the lips, yeah.
This one's just crazy.
Some of these are with the blank background, right? I think it's like
yeah. I haven't done both blank backgrounds yet. I've just done
that makes sense.
One with background, one without so far.
Okay. So I was gonna say, is it like remembering what we're doing, quote unquote?
Nah, we'll do it with no background though.
Yeah.
The reason I did the background thing though was to kind of test the blue theory.
Okay.
Because I think that's the only reason we're getting blue in there. Because the moment, unless it's Sasuke's shirt, will carry. But I don't think so, considering that it's made the hair red. Like every time,
even then,
much.
it's like a darker blue.
Yeah, oops. I'm still just so proud of this one. This one's both closer and further. Like if I can just get the other one's body on this head.
Yeah. The hair's real good on that. I like the ones with the Hex Girl because you can tell it's just copying over the Sasuke sky.
Yeah. We really need to stop after this.
We're almost at the 40 limit, right? Not this one.
Dude, I kind of forgot about all that.
I'm sure
Wait
it'll
a minute,
remind us
literally.
pretty soon.
18 left. That's actually 9 left.
Ooh. Okay.
Any other characters emerge?
Well, you could change the influence percent.
True. See how these look.
So do you think it like slows down the whole
I do
process?
think
to do multiple?
50-50 has just been the best.
Yeah. But I mean, you are doing wide margins of differences.
Yeah, that is fair.
I mean, it's
Some of these just didn't do much, though. That's the problem. These ones where Sasuke had more just didn't do anything.
I think it's because like a lot of the standard deviation is just a color swap. It's hard to get it to do any actual line art differences.
Yeah. This one I think just got really lucky. Like that's all there is to it. Because here it's pretty similar, but it's red hair. It just got lucky with the blue hair. And then all these other ones that favor the girl do this. The ones that favor Sasuke don't really do much. It's mostly just the background that's changing.
Yeah. No, some of these are definitely pretty good. Making Sasuke look like the girl or whatever.
I will say this one pretty funny. Superwoman Sasuke.
It kind of looks like the girl from like the Kakashi filler that she kissed or whatever.
I was gonna say this kind of looks like a Sonic character, and then this just looks like Spider-Woman. I didn't even notice that. What is Spider-Woman doing over here?
Or like Black Cat or whatever. Maybe it is Spider-Woman.
Yeah. This one's really taking a while to load.
One of them has a background character that looks like some of the demons from Demon Slayer.
This one?
No,
I don't know what this thing is.
That looks like Hanami.
Yeah. Hanami.
Kind of. I don't know which one.
This looks like a Scooby-Doo character.
The one to the top left of that character looks like no.
Up here.
Top left of the character you were at. Yeah, that one. I forgot who she looked like because it took so long for me to get to Oh. Can't believe I don't remember. Oh well. Oh my
The Aladdin genie.
Oh, there's Conan.
Huh?
Top right, Conan.
Oh, this is Conan, yeah. Conan with Sakon Demon Twin Jutsu. Why is someone taking so long?
Just do the next one.
Anything should be easier without the backgrounds.
Has to calculate every pixel now. Really messed it up.
Oh my god! Why did we not notice this?
Oh, well, there you go. But what are you going to type?
Sasuke with the lipstick and goth style of the Hex Girl.
It might not know who Sasuke and the Hex Girls are, but we'll try it. Okay, you that's so funny.
There's no way I won't know now.
Yeah, if it was human.
The god style.
Oh no.
Oh man, I wish we saw that earlier. Just would have kept the originals and just seen what it would do. But then again, I guess it doesn't really matter. That's handy to know, though. We're doing Might Guy Hisoka. Could have said that.
Well, they might have updated it.
Yeah, I don't know. That was there before.
We probably would have seen it. don't know how we could have gone through the whole thing and not seen it.
Why it's taking so long? Like, just not having a background, just like mess it up.
I don't know. Maybe we could come back to it if we want to finish a Dygo react.
Yeah, we probably should do that.
Okay, why doesn't this work, by the way? Can you see what I'm doing? Oh, no, it works. Okay.
Not now.
But do that. Say, was doing that to me all earlier. It just wouldn't work.
Okay, back to this.
Standing next to him, Sasuke points to Hashirama's statue.
Here, I'll
The
rewind
first
it.
that conversation. Sasuke will say, "Did you know this place is called the Valley of the End, the border of the Land of Fire? This is the perfect setting, isn't it, Naruto? It's as though destiny itself wanted us to fight here. You, the son of a Hokage, standing next to him." Sasuke points to Hashirama's statue. "The first Hokage. And I, standing here." He points to Madara's statue, "the former leader of my clan, and also..."
So, stupid. Do you think Sasuke is literally physically actually pointing, or just that the camera is pointing at the two statues?
I think he's pointing. That's how I interpret it.
That's so goofy.
He points forward, then he points backwards.
Wait, it's not just forwards and backwards, it's like up.
Naruto turns his head. He's like, "Ah, make you look," as he dashes in.
Oh my gosh. Also, it's kind of goofy that Sasuke's like pointing to Hashirama and being like, "Oh, you're the son of a Hokage."
If it's not Minato, who's the son of.
But also the other way is that Hashirama isn't the son of a Hokage either. It's like, there's just no connection here.
My great-grandfather. Naruto is surprised at that.
Oh.
He fought the first Hokage right here long ago. He also left the village. I can understand him now. Naruto
So wait, real
says,
quick,
he
did
was
you
a
write this
monster.
down in the Crystal arc that he's the great-grandfather specifically?
Well, it might have been a reveal for the first time here, but I'll check.
Well,
What?
Sasuke would have only found out in the Crystal arc, I feel like.
No. I'm saying that Sasuke is like saying the information for the first time.
Yeah, I guess possible.
But no, I didn't write down. So,
Interesting. Oh, write it down now.
yep.
Do you think Hashirama will be Naruto's great-grandfather in this rewrite then?
I mean, maybe.
Is he just gonna have Granny Tsunade actually be his grandma in this rewrite?
That would be funny.
Is he gonna go with that theory?
Does Dygo like that?
I mean, I'm just saying, if he's making Madara his great-grandfather, I think the chances of Hashirama being Naruto's great-grandfather does increase.
I mean, maybe increased, but is it based on the theory or just like, if anything, the Sasuke one just makes sense. Like, it just literally in canon might be true. So.
And you know that
I mean, I
his
don't
blood
think so, because
courses
it doesn't seem like Madara ever had kids, but...
I mean, I agree, but that's a lot of time off screen. He was a warrior.
It's possible. It is possible that he got down and dirty. But...
I mean, let's not pretend like there aren't bad dads in Naruto. Walky's dad. So.
Well, Oodie, I don't think you want to say that Madara's like that. You of all people wouldn't support that agenda.
Well, Kamui, if anything, if Madara is a bad dad, doesn't that prove more than anything that the world is hell?
Because of Madara.
through my veins, so that makes two of us. Well, it's finally ending. And then Sasuke continues with the same dialogue he had in the original. Yes, in the rewrite, Sasuke is a direct with
I love the idea that Dygo extending this shot makes this shot canon extended in Daigo's rewrite for no reason. 3 seconds longer than it actually is.
It also seems like, based on what he's about to say, it seems like that's a revelation about the grandfather thing.
Yeah.
he had in the original. Yes, in the rewrite, Sasuke is a direct descendant of Madara. This is the information Sasuke found out in part 6 that shocked him when he went to the Uchiha Stone Tablet chamber.
Oh, wait, hold on, real quick. I'm not saying it can't be there, but it's hilarious if, like, Madara is just, like, detailing his genetic lineage on this stone tablet or something. Because also, Zetsu's probably not doing it in this version for him, but who wrote the information that told him that was his great-grandfather? What does it say on the tablet to tell him that?
Yeah.
Did Itachi just write on it? By the way, Madara's a great-grandfather.
We're all related.
The clan that goes without saying.
Strict lineage. Arranged marriages.
Everyone is in the same family.
Okay. I'm being so stupid. I cannot find where I write down anything about the stone tablet here. I have to go through one by one. Did I just not write down? I could have sworn, because I remember writing something down, because Sasuke goes down here and he says that he's foreshadowing like the Uzumaki mask, and I thought we wrote something about that.
Yeah. Maybe that happened in the previous arc? Cannot crush? I don't know.
No, it totally happened. Last part. Search for Tsunade. I'll just write it down here.
I think it would have been at the beginning of Search for Tsunade, but
yeah, I'm just gonna write it here. The newest information at the bottom makes no sense, even if it's not chronological. I wonder what the ultimate Uchiha Stone Tablet is gonna read out to say.
He better frickin' be telling us, that's for sure. Like, if he doesn't, bro, I'm rioting.
It's just getting into the details of how Madara is his grandfather, just more and more explicit.
Yeah, he starts describing, like, who his wife is, who his kids are, just very detailed. That's all it is. It's just the family tree.
Yeah, here's where I took her on the 3rd date.
It's on the same bench that Sasuke and Sakura sat on.
Found a hidden parchment of the Uchiha family tree, and that's how he got the information. Establishing a connection between Madara and Sasuke now will pay. That's how
what do you say? A hidden parchment of the family tree?
When he went to the Uchiha Stone Tablet
found
chamber.
A hidden parchment of the Uchiha family.
Okay, so it's in the
so
chamber.
It's not on the stone tablet. It just so happens to be sitting next to it.
Okay. Okay, I just want to make sure. I'm going to go back again, just to make sure we got the context right.
Yes, in the rewrite, Sasuke is a direct descendant of Madara. This is the information Sasuke found out in part 6 that shocked him when he went to the Uchiha Stone Tablet chamber.
Okay,
he found a hidden parchment of the Uchiha family tree, and that's how he got the information. Establishing a connection between Madara and Sasuke now will pay off well later, and I like this theme of Sasuke having several problematic relatives on top of his.
Okay. We should be theorizing this later, not now. What do you think Sasuke's gonna say at the beginning of Shippuden when Kurama's like, oh, he's just like Madara, and Sasuke's like, never heard of him?
Is he just gonna forget? Or is he gonna say, yeah.
Damn right I am. Oh, actually something that'd be really cool is if Sasuke's surprised that he knows Madara and wants to learn more about him.
There's something stupid. He gets grandfather, like great grandfather, like great grandson.
Clan, which is problematic by itself. Naruto and Sasuke's fight will end the same way, and the arc will continue without changes. I really thought about killing off Choji and Neji here. It would be a good ending for those two characters, but I'm not going to. I have some plans for them in Shippuden. So things will go the same way after they fail to retrieve Sasuke and then the mission is over.
Okay, that's not inherently bad if he's going to do stuff with them anyways. So it's still not good.
I agree. But my compromise is keep Neji alive and kill Joji.
I am changing one thing on the
just
last
hate
chapter in
Joji.
part 1 though. In that chapter we see Hiyashi and Neji sparring, but in the rewrite it will be Hinata and Neji. As we established
Sure.
before, Neji is training with Hinata, so we'll continue that thread here. Also, in the rewrite, Hinata goes to say goodbye.
Okay, I know that was looped, but that actually was pretty seamless the way he looped that animation together. That's just
Go get something. So I didn't see it.
It
But
was Neji versus
you can
Hinata
describe it.
sparring for like 20 seconds.
oh, that's funny.
Goodbye to Naruto before he leaves with Jiraiya. We had a quick scene of Hinata seeing Naruto off and saying, "Naruto, good luck." As she blushes, Naruto looks back at her, smiles, and says, "Don't worry, Hinata, I'll come back and I'll be super strong." At a distance, we see Danzo observing the interaction between Hinata and Naruto. One Root Anbu member is next to him. Danzo narrows his only visible eye and says, "So, the QB is leaving the village for a while. I hope that fool Jiraiya doesn't lose our most precious asset." He narrows his eye even more, looking at Hinata and Naruto smiling at each other. And then he himself smiles. "We'll make preparations for when the little beast returns." The rest of the chapter happens the same way that in the original, but
What is he gonna do to Hinata?
Kidnapper.
In 3
Make her an
years
Anbu
or
member.
now? Like, what's
He
the
needs to make
plan?
preparations.
I also love the idea of they just like looking at Naruto and Hinata's relationship blossoming, just like, those two.
Anyone but them.
It just has nothing to do with the QB and Hyuga princess or whatever. It's just Naruto Hinata.
He just doesn't like Hinata.
He's like the fans. Oh, Sakura totally should have been the one.
when we are
I like
introduced
that
to the Akatsuki, we can use the power of hindsight to actually make their designs look like they eventually will in Shippuden. There were some really strange designs that were never used in Shippuden for the Akatsuki members the first time we saw them in the hologram, so we're fixing that here, for the sake of continuity. We also see the Rinnegan for the first time here, and we can also make the Rinnegan's design look like the actual Rinnegan will look in here.
So is he referencing the manga then? Okay, so I guess he's referencing just these characters. Sure. So who do we think each of these are? Well, this one's Kisame.
It's just for this part.
Wait, can
I'll
you
go
see?
back down and look for a second.
Okay.
No, I was still upstairs. Let me just go back down. Go back.
Sure.
Because
This
in the
is-
anime, I didn't think they looked that crazy. I thought it was pretty easy to tell
Yeah, I
who's
thought he was
who.
going to be referencing the Rinnegan, but then he mentioned it specifically, which made me go back to this. Like, it is this.
Okay,
So I agree with
so
So this one's obviously
okay, you
Kisame,
could definitely
that
see
one you can tell.
Sasori in the back middle.
Oh, that's who this is? Okay, yeah.
That's
With
got to be
the-
Sasori.
With the Himiko shell or whatever. Hiroko shell.
Yeah,
I never
and then
got that,
Kisame,
yeah. Kisame. I guess this is
Itachi. Yeah, I think Datara is back too, right next to Kisame, based off the
This thing?
hair ponytail.
Yes.
I think that's Hidan with the
Dude.
scythe all the way on the right.
This dude? Oh, I thought this was Zetsu.
Yeah.
With the...
That
at a
oh, you
side
know what? That
angle?
also makes sense. Either way could work. I don't know what the thing floating in the air is that has
I don't think
like
this
an
is a
Akatsuki.
person. I think this is just an opening of the cave. I could be wrong.
It almost looks like there's an Akatsuki cloud on it though, in the middle.
I don't know. Kind of. It's just not pronounced enough to make me think it is. I don't know.
Now one of these guys looks huge, and I'm just assuming that's Kakuzu.
I know, it's so big. I can't think of who. Unless we're just going to say it's randomly the Ashura path or something.
It's Ibiki. Fukuki.
Is this
Um,
Jiraiya's assailant or whatever? It's spy.
But then who's the one? So Pain is the one. Not go to the right. That's Pain, I think.
Okay.
Based on there.
Like a bird beak.
Yeah. So, but then who's the one to the left there? Who's that?
Do any of them
The
have like
hat
a
on.
weird mask?
Does he? That could be Kakuzu then, but then who's that giant person? Is that Setsu?
Okay. Funniest interpretation is that it's Conan with her wings out. It's just
I don't know. What's the anime version look like for comparison?
oh, you're really pushing me
I don't
here,
think-
Kamui. 135? Yeah.
I don't know if you're gonna get a but I have to switch screens.
Oh, okay, yeah, this is the exact shot. And it's like the exact same thing. Okay, you were right. It's not a cave opening. It is a Koski member.
Hey, can you post in chat or switch screens or something?
Oh, yeah, here. No, it's just adapted one for one.
God.
That's kind of crazy.
So who is that?
I can't
That's
believe
gotta
I
be-
never thought it was.
Well, that's either Conan flying or that is Zetsu coming out of the wall.
Okay, if this is Zetsu, then that frees up this as Hedon, I guess.
Yeah, it has to be heat on then.
I guess.
So who's the other person? Who are we missing? Well, one of them's got to be Conan.
7, 8. Well, we got 9 here.
That's all there is. Because Orochimaru's gone. So one of those is Conan.
Okay.
But who? What about when they do like the zoom ins on people? Or like other angles at least.
Let me put this in intro pictures really quick. Okay.
I feel like it's gotta be Zetsu in the air though, because of like the balloon fatness. These like two bodies there.
Well, actually, interestingly,
That's obviously
this hologram is like staticky, but none of the others are.
they have a bad connection. That's obviously Itachi. That's Datara. But what's
he's the
this
upside
thing?
down
Like,
one.
what's this mushroom head thing?
Yeah, he's upside down too. He's the upside down one.
Is he upside down?
Yes. Look at his cloak. Unless you
That
think
is-
the camera is.
But his eye is right side up.
I see how you're saying that, but I was saying it as not that.
I don't think it's his cloak anyway. I mean, I see what. Well, let me just look upside down. Oh my god, he looks hilarious if you do that.
Right? Yeah, that's.
Oh my
I mean,
god,
either
that actually
way,
kind of works.
Yeah, it
It
works.
just goes on the wrong side. Oh my god. I think you're right. Someone just is upside down. But that doesn't make sense with the picture. Go back to the upside down, zoom out one.
I mean, it could work.
So wait, hold on. Are they really fat and have like one skinny leg? What's up with?
Well, the cloak we already know just is outrageously large.
Okay, but what's up with the
person.
little point in the center, the Patrick Star head?
It's his hair. He's upside down. It's like falling down.
All right. Well, I guess okay. If that's Datara, then I mean that is Datara's eyes. So unless it's heat on, I guess is the only other possibility.
Well, here it's they're talking, so we can at least listen.
It's gonna be the wrong voice actor.
Oh, yeah, it's wrong. Yeah, okay.
Like this is Iruka's voice actor in the dub, for example. But that's obviously Pain.
Yeah, so I'm trying to tell which one this is of these, but I can't really tell based on that. Not really tellable.
Well, do you think it's Datara or a Hidan there? It's probably Datara based off the eye, but
This upside down one? I think it's Datara.
yeah. Yeah. Okay.
What I will say that's really funny is that this dude has like teen Obito's hair. Yeah. Obviously, it doesn't make sense for that, but
Yeah, Obito shouldn't be there, but like,
yeah. Is that all we get? Okay. Is there no other
Then,
other
okay,
scenes?
but if that's the case, go back again. You can use the manga one now if you want to go back to Daigo's, right?
Oh, here's something.
Oh, that's a different angle.
Okay, take a screenshot of this. What's up with these blue dots? Is it rain?
Little bubbles, water bubbles. Udakata's there. Did they just capture Udakata?
Stupid. I was actually looking like, oh, is he actually there?
See, the thing is, in this shot, it doesn't look like Sasori in the left there, but like, it's gotta be Sasori in the Hiruko show. Like, who else can that be?
Bro, this dude is just like...
He looks, okay, you know what? Okay, you know who he looks like? You're gonna laugh. Do you remember how Watari looked at the beginning of Death Note when he was all shadowy?
Yes.
It's a side profile of Watari. Okay, we gotta make that an intro topic right now. Go find a Watari picture later.
Sure.
That is a Watari.
What I was thinking is...
There's a cowboy hat, bro.
What is it? I was thinking of just the standard cliche mystery man, but like at the sideways angle. You know what I'm talking about. The dude with the hat.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what they use for Watari, but...
Yeah, exactly. I can't believe there's no good images of this.
Just search Watari real quick.
Well, it's obviously not going to... Oh, actually, there you go.
That's what I thought. So, yeah, there you go. That's him.
I love it.
Put them side by side for intro topics. Or intro pictures.
Sure. We get Datara's thing here. Then get that picture. There we go.
Alright, go back again.
Oh, sorry. I was it's annoying because I have to like share the thing every time. Okay, where do you want me to go?
Well, wherever we're going next.
Here.
Okay.
Fixing that here for the sake
Who
of
would the cowboy
continuity.
be?
Oh, I'll also note, since it's using dialogue, Orochimaru gained the Sharingan. This is probably Zetsu.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So do we know who continues this? Itachi ... your brother ... Do we know who does that?
Okay, the voice, it's not the same, but it's a deep voice in the dub at least. It's Itachi, your little brother. Which I just assumed was Kakuzu. Or if not, then it would have been Sasori. One of those two, because they have the deeper voices. Is my guess.
Whereas, yes.
But obviously that's based off who's there. That's probably not Sasori, which would leave it to be Kakuzu. But if that's Kakuzu, maybe the one with the hair is Konan, actually, because Konan has that little bun. So maybe that's just Konan's bun from the back. So the one next to Kisame is probably Konan.
Okay.
So then, if we're saying, okay, so Zetsu has to either be the gigantic one or the weird shaped one. So it depends on whether we think that's Hinon's Scythe or if that's Zetsu. Like,
I think this has to be Zetsu over here.
Yeah, because he's saying he got the Sharingan. So it's true. It only makes sense if it's Zetsu. So that means...
But then again, it only makes sense for Zetsu. Between the giant person
and the cowboy, that's Hidan and Kakuzu. Those are the two.
I feel like Zetsu should be the one saying Itachi, your brother, even though it's fine if it's in response to Zetsu saying Orochimaru gained the Sharingan.
Yeah, I agree. But like, I mean, realistically, the person who should be saying that is Kisame, but we know it's not Kisame because we see it with his sword on the other side. So,
but what if this is just Hidan holding Kisame's sword?
Or that's his scythe upside down.
It's possible.
But obviously they drew that because we knew it'd be Kisame. It's in the correct hair shape and everything. So, which do you think? Was Hidan originally a big giant guy and Kakuzu a cowboy? Or was Kakuzu originally a big giant guy and Hidan a cowboy?
I'm definitely sticking with that one, since that's way cooler.
Hidan's the cowboy?
Yes.
Okay. The thing is, though, I feel like Hidan's the last person to be saying anything about Itachi's brother.
But it's just crazy enough to work.
Yes, I agree. And Hidan is crazy.
Almost as crazy as the rest of this video, hey!
Of continuity. We also see the Rinnegan for the first time here, and we can also make the Rinnegan's design look like the actual Rinnegan will look in Shippuden. That should be a hype moment in the rewrite because the audience knows the legend of the Rinnegan, and seeing it for the first time should be a great revelation. Oh, the Akatsuki has a Rinnegan, the legendary eye of the Sage of Six Paths.
I guess we already knew what it was in the Dygo rewrite when we learned that. Control F.
I think they might have said something, I don't remember.
Well, I didn't write it down, so...
Maybe not.
This Bible just gets more and more inaccurate as time goes on.
In the original, seeing the Rinnegan for the first time was pretty inconsequential. It was just a quirky eye, but no one really gave any thought to it. But in the rewrite, we know what the Rinnegan is a little bit. We know about its legend because Orochimaru mentioned it. And this should make the audience hyped for part 2. But we're not done yet. Don't leave this video just yet. Because the Kakashi Gaiden arc happens in between parts 1 and 2 in the manga. So I will mention it here. I am not changing anything to that arc. It's very straightforward and well told, no real need to modify anything in that story. Kakashi's backstory is set up very well, and we also see a better glimpse of Minato's strength, which is good because it works well in conjunction with the flashback we got to see him in part 3 of the rewrite. And that's it! In part 8, we'll begin rewriting Naruto Shippuden. Watch it right here if it's out already. Also, please like the video to help me out and support the series. Let's reach 400 likes, let's go! And subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Comment below what you thought about the changes I made, and thanks for watching.
So, I want to comment on the thumbnail. Just Itachi and Deidara just chilling with everyone else, including Minato. And I guess Pain over here. And Gara. This is a crazy episode if this is real.
Just post in chat so I can see it later.
Well, it's definitely not going to be real. We just stop fantasy right there.
Well, I just want to see it. I can't see right now because I walked away.
It looks like one of the chapter covers that Kishimoto would do or whatever. But okay, I put it in chat. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen, so hopefully you can share your screen so we can see if those things finished. Unless you already know.
Let me walk back downstairs. I haven't checked. Kind of forgot about him in time.
Wow, AJ says, I am your big fan. I am coming to your home. He didn't specify which of our houses. Which one do you think was specified?
Yeah. Well, let's just ask him. Does he live near the house?
Well, but maybe he's gonna like throw us off by driving to the purposefully farther away one. Ooh.
Ask him, is he heading north or south?
Okay, there's a way to still get around that. What if he lives in the North Pole?
Alright, so... This one. That's the last one.
I didn't get to see any of those. Can you redo those? Like some of the last one. I didn't realize. Okay. Okay.
I like the addition of this one randomly.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense because it's a black background, right? So it must be like remembering what we were doing.
Yeah. Or no, it has the other Hex Girls.
Oh,
So let me
doing
try it
that, okay,
again
okay.
with the one Hex Girl.
You still haven't done that yet?
That's
That's like the main one.
The other background stuff got me distracted, okay? It's still yeah. Let's try to get with Only Hex Girl and see what happens.
After all this
That was a waste.
time. Is it facing the right way too?
It was the flip flop.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I guess we'll see.
I mean, I still think this one's the best.
Sure. Well, I guess while we're waiting, what did you think of the episode?
Pretty interesting.
Wasn't many changes.
Honestly, yeah. To the point that you want